Is that really what we're doing?
I have no idea. We're just going to go with that for now.
All right.
Okay.
But we are
I'm okay with that part.
gaming dedicated video cast.
Woo!
We stick to gaming just because our first week we got shut
Right,
down
games.
because we veered off of gaming related subjects supposedly. So if you want to try and veer us off into movies and stuff, we won't be able to do that too much.
MMA. Super Brawl likes MMA.
There's a perfect example. We can't really talk too much about MMA, but I know
No, he was saying that he doesn't like football. He likes
we can talk about the MMA video game next year coming out from EA,
From
which is
EA.
their first, I think,
Yep.
array into that.
To the
so
MMA circuit. And apparently it's going to be pretty
it looks good.
integrated into the Xbox system too. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's more of an Xbox thing. They're going to be
Yeah.
using a lot of their Snap functionality and whatnot, but I don't know enough about that. So moving on.
Well, you gotta get to Snap.
I'm Andrew. This is my fiance Kristen, one of our producers. Mark, our second producer, and my co-host.
I'm the star of the show. We all know that. It's okay.
Sure. But we're going to be talking about our most anticipated titles of 2014 this week. That's our topic of the week. We want to start off actually by showing you the newest DLC that released for the Playroom, and it's called My Alien Buddy. And it was done by, I think, Double Fine actually. If it wasn't done by Double Fine, I know that Double Fine is coming out with some cool DLC later on for the Playroom, and there's a few other actually big developers that are releasing free DLC. So I'm going to open this up and go to, it's called My Alien Buddy.
Thank you.
Figured we don't usually do this, so we don't usually do gaming, like actually, but this is one of our opportunities to do it. So this is actually pretty neat, I thought. So right off the bat,
He looks like Flubber in
Yeah,
underpants.
it kind of reminds me of Toy Story for some reason, but in order to release him from his captivity, gotta shake the controller. There he is, he woke up, it's breaking out. I think the animation's actually pretty impressive on this thing.
Yeah.
Is it
And then
really? Oh,
I
it's
mean,
not
being
underwear,
60
so-
frames
Like-
per second is
It's just
really helping.
It looks like underwear.
well, they can
God damn it, Drew, just shake it.
They can devote their entire
Diaper.
engine or whatever they want to call it towards this one character, so it's
Right.
pretty neat. Now through like the controller right now, you can kind of hear him going around.
Underwear spaceship.
Underwear spaceship.
Now he taps on the screen. This is pretty neat.
Oh, he's so cute.
It is cute.
Oh, he has sharp teeth.
He sees us on the outside.
Oh, hi.
So pretty much this little alien buddy dude you control with the, if you want to call it 6-axis of the controller. Got to do a little tutorial of sorts where you knock down the dominoes. If I could hit them, come on, there we go.
You're awful at this.
It's actually pretty difficult, this part. The
Jenga.
sensitivity is really high.
Jenga and crayons.
And now, just so you guys know, you keep clearing out the area you're in by pressing.
Well, you just
Oh no, I thought you cleared it out.
you don't have to do anything as long as you knock down the stuff. It clears it out, and then it starts moving towards stuff like this, where you actually have to suck up the cow, and the way to do that is X. And when you suck him in, he gets all happy.
Which I feel really uncomfortable considering the fact we just called it underwear. That basically that cow is now a suppository.
Yeah. Now with circle, you can
Hashtag cow
cause mass
suppository.
destruction,
That's definitely going to be the new.
and then clear out enough stuff that you can pick up the cow. Come on, cow.
Cow.
I really don't like that.
Why don't you like it?
It's really uncomfortable the fact that you're
It's kind of
basically shoving a cow.
So now you're seeing now that there's different kind of environments. If I pick up this, I think it's an astronaut. I think. Do you agree? That's an astronaut.
I told you it was
Looks
an
like I need
astronaut.
to.
You didn't
I thought it was like a baby.
Why would they have a baby with
It
a
looks like
spaceship?
Stewie or something from
Yeah,
Family
that's
Guy. All right, so now if you do this, the environment I think changes to be more like.
That cow's
Yeah, see, it's more like astronaut. Like you're in space now. You're on the
shoved
moon.
the astronaut in your ass.
I
There's
did.
a child up there now too.
And especially, it's really creepy, especially if you did think it was a baby, because you just shoved
So I'm just gonna
shoved a baby
destroy
in your ass.
crap here and there, and then pick up the baby.
We were.
I'm gonna call him
on
the baby.
cable. We would
That
get
is
show
creepy,
off
you're
so quickly.
And he
Good
looks
thing we were on
Flubber.
cable.
All right, so now we're
This is
getting
one of my
towards-
favorite ones. I like this one a lot.
If we can find the, is this
right
one with the
there.
one with the batteries?
No, the right there to your right,
What am I looking at?
the disco ball.
Oh, you're right. The disco ball is cool. If I could get it, come on.
What are you doing?
I sucked at the cow by accident.
Damn it!
Damn it!
Damn it, Drew! You had one job.
We didn't
Sorry.
want the cow suppository.
I didn't want more cow suppositories. You're already full. Haven't you shoved enough beef up your under?
Hey.
That is disturbing. All right, come on
Oh.
now. I'm tired of dealing with cows now.
About me.
This
Kicks.
is yep.
I have a feeling you're being sarcastic, Blankenshiz. But, you know, the camera does have some cool stuff. And, you know, in the future it'll be neat. This was
I
free.
think the game might be.
I mean, this was free. So,
I didn't. When did
Oh
that
my
happen?
god!
entire
It was
car.
like
I took an
garbage.
entire car. So
It
now
was
we've
a
got
garbage disposal.
now we've got a city.
Like,
Oh,
sucked it
there's a
down.
disco ball. Let's see if I can get this thing.
Where? Oh, there it is.
I gotta clear out the area still.
No.
There we go. I got it, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh, it's
now
time for this
it turns into pretty much disco crap everywhere, and I just dance like crazy. It's
An
not bad.
entire
I can
car.
stretch him
Wow.
out. Look, I'm stretching him.
Ew.
I'm using the. Oh, look, I just got a trophy. So there you go. I showed him a grin. So if you use the touchpad, you can stretch him out and throw him left and right.
Oh man.
It's weird, but it's fun. Got little army men down there
I don't
dancing.
like it. Just has 2 kids. He actually was being.
Oh,
I
nice.
told you.
You know,
You're always so
I'm
pessimistic.
so
here.
pessimistic. No, but I think this kind of stuff gets like flack. But you know, this was free, and you're gonna get more of this for free. You know, they could give you nothing. It's kind of neat that.
Kids would love this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think the animation and stuff is really neat. And I
Hey, batteries.
battery wear. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Which one?
There's
Purple
that.
or red?
Red was the cool one, I think,
Yeah, I think you're right.
because the purple one just made you go fast.
Yeah, this one like you're just super powerful. And
That was definitely suppository. That was just a suppository.
now you just destroy crap left and right. Yeah.
Look at him.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I went Super Saiyan. Yeah, exactly.
Right? Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't hear what you
Good.
said.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm just
Well,
saying.
that means they didn't hear it either. So
No,
that's
and
good.
I'm glad about that too. Trust me, they didn't want to hear it, especially with
See,
this guy has 2
I think
kids.
there's more
I don't
to
want
this.
them hearing what I'm saying.
That's the thing is like I think there might be more to this than I'm finding out. Like I just got a trophy, for instance, for making Flubber smile. So there might be stuff I'm missing in this.
X-Oil, thank you for coming back. Sorry.
Oh, hey, X-Oil. Welcome back, X-Oil. Oh, see, like, here you go. I can knock down some bowling pins, and there's probably a trophy for this if I could actually do it. Thing is, I'm too high.
You have to tilt
Too high.
Tilt it down. Tilt it down.
He doesn't come down. Like, maybe I lower it? Yeah, maybe I just lower it towards... There we go. But still
Nope.
didn't give me a trophy. Maybe you have to do, like, a strike or
Fail.
something. But I don't want to go too long with this, but...
So that's good.
Oh, he's got the kid.
Yeah, so let's
You
back
should've-
out of this guy.
That's the last baby you're showing up here.
Let's see. So back to main menu. But yeah, it's
Alright, cool.
you know, if you have little kids like Blankenshiz, which is an awesome name, yeah, I think this would be something that you might like. It's along with the you know, the robots and
Right.
Asobi, all of it's kind of neat. And they also added the whole thing where you could start drawing and throwing stuff into the environment.
Right,
And
which
that's
is
kind of
actually
cool
really
too.
awesome.
Yeah, but
Making balls and
people
stuff like that.
just say just throw in really dirty things though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like if you're watching other streams on Ustream and stuff, usually you just
Yeah,
find
you just see a bunch of.
Like, what's
Dicks
the first thing you
everywhere.
think to throw in? Like,
What the heck?
let's be honest.
We grew up in the internet age, Kristen. I mean, you gotta imagine
else
there
are you
why.
gonna- what else are you gonna put on
Just
there?
penises everywhere.
All right.
But,
So,
yeah.
All right.
But
cool.
moving on from
so
that.
that sounds like a good way to start the show. So, what have you been up to this week?
So what have I been up to? I've been well. I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about it later. I haven't been playing too many new things, but
No.
I'm going a little further into Assassin's Creed, going a little further into Tearaway. But the one thing I can say that I hope people check out is I kind of raved about Gone Home last week. I'm hoping that some people check out the review I put up on our blog spot.
Cool. Cool.
Maybe Mark could link that right now. It's not a very long review. I kind of said that during the show that it would be tough for me to review because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. I did love the game though, so I did want to put a review up. So if you want a little bit maybe of an incentive to go out and get the game, read the review, and then maybe next week I'll probably get a Tearaway review up. I hope I'm about 65% through that game. It tells me.
Cool.
So that's what's new with me. What about with you?
Had an interesting week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Dan. If you guys remember Dan, those of you that were here.
We had two
Dr.
Dans.
Dan.
We had multiple.
Which
Dans.
Dan?
We actually had.
Don't say his last name.
Dark-haired
Doctor.
Dan.
Doctor.
We're not talking about Bill Gates or what was it? No.
No, yeah, no,
Jesus.
not
Jesus Dan.
Steve Jobs.
Steve
Not
Jobs.
Steve, not Steve
Not
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Dan.
Not the one
okay.
that people said was Steve Jobs. No, the
other
other
Dan.
Dan. We actually had gone up to, if anybody is familiar, God, I hope you are, with Kevin Smith of Dogma and Zach Amiri fame and anything like that.
Jay and Silent Bob, I
Right,
think.
Jay and Silent
Those
Bob is a big one.
Yeah.
And actually they have a comic store up in North Jersey called Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. So we actually went there, got this sexy looking tee right here. See it? See it? This is what
It
brings
stinks.
all the-
I have a T on too.
This is what brings
and
all
no
the
one can
diversity
ever.
on.
This says "Back to the Island," and it has everyone from Lost inside of a van.
Mine has Kevin Smith's face on it. and this is what brings all the boys to the yard.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I still didn't watch comic book.
You still haven't watched it?
Yeah,
and
I
that's
haven't watched
actually one of the main reasons we went there is Comic Book Men. If you guys get a chance, it's on after Sunday nights, I think it is, after Walking Dead.
Yeah, something
basically,
like
it's it's basically a podcast show, and it's just talking about comic books and superheroes, and they do little skits and everything like that
Yeah.
each week. It's really awesome. The
Something
guys
we
are
could
really
maybe
cool.
take from eventually.
So yeah, and
You
so
know?
I've talked to you about it a little bit already, but the guys there are really cool. I actually met Mike Zapstick and Ming Chen, who are two of the guys that
That work
run the
there.
store, and I mean they are just like in person when what they are in the show.
Yeah.
And I came up and Ming Chen was like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" He came up to us like we were friends. He's
Yeah.
like, "How you been?" And I'm like, "Good. I haven't seen you in a while." Like I didn't know what to say, but he was cool. They gave us some side stuff, so they were pretty cool. So shout out to the guys up at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash
Who aren't watching
who
this.
are not watching this
No
at all
way in hell.
whatsoever. But
Where is it at exactly?
Red Bank.
Okay.
It's by
And actually-
Carlo's Bakery.
Right, it's right next to. We actually went there next. We went to
So-
Carlo's Bakery. If you know Cake
Okay.
Boss.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a bakery up there.
That is
Best
awesome.
tiramisu
Did you get a
ever.
cannoli?
No, we got the tiramisu.
Ah.
Tiramisu and chocolate mousse cream puffs were absolutely friggin' amazing. Awesome.
Now, do you want to talk about your new purchase, or do you want to save that for later?
I'm going to save it for later because I think
Okay.
it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, especially after the last few weeks' episodes.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be very entertaining.
Okay. Do you want to get into some of the news?
Sure.
All right. So we have 10 stories this week. Actually, 11 if we add on Blankenshiz's little comment that he made
Surprised you
there.
haven't heard about this yet.
I haven't heard anything about that.
That's so weird.
So first off, Microsoft revealed their games with gold for January. It's not quite as impressive as January's PlayStation Plus offerings.
Microsoft's Games for Gold is never as impressive.
It's not. This is their best yet, I think. Actually,
which is not saying much.
well, let me say it's Sleeping Dogs, which is a great game.
We got that.
was 6 months ago on PlayStation Plus. So
But no, but at least they're getting it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It's on the same level.
I think Lara Croft Guardians of the Light, which is the other one, that was way ago though on PlayStation Plus. That was like
Right.
a year ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why the.
Which is a $15 game maybe.
Right, right.
But they're trying. And
They're
and the one thing I can say about
Sad.
games with gold is even when you end your gold subscription, you hold
do
on
get
to the
keep it,
games.
Yep.
That's
Which
a
I think
little
there's
different than
only
PlayStation Plus.
only a couple games that you get to do that with Plus.
Yeah, the thing is sometimes developers here and there will, instead of making the game free, they make it cost $0.
Right.
And that's a loophole around, because
Right.
technically you're spending $0, so you get to
Right.
hold on to the game,
Right.
as opposed to it being one of the free
Yeah.
games of the month.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, which is a cool thing that some developers
Can't remember which
will
one
do.
that
It doesn't
is.
happen often.
No, I can't
But
remember.
you know what? Yeah, if you cancel your PlayStation Plus subscription, you do lose access to the games that you got for free. But if you renew your subscription, you get all of that back.
Right.
It's not gone forever.
Right.
And I don't see why you would cancel the subscription in the first place.
No. You'd be completely mad.
Yeah, so from there, another Microsoft news. This is really nice. We talked last week about Hello Games and how they had a flood that completely destroyed their office. They lost all their computers. They still have their code and whatnot, but they didn't have insurance for the flood, so they're in a bad
Right.
situation. Microsoft came out and said that they might. They're considering.
They're looking into how they can help them.
Yeah.
And even looking into, I feel like is a benefit. I mean, it could just take a complete awful turn and go to a Microsoft exclusive, but
Yeah.
judging from and that's
Yeah.
that might be why they said they're looking into
I think
it.
so.
I think if they said if these guys had signed with Microsoft approached them and they said, hey, listen, we'll give you everything you need if you
Yeah.
make this, and they'll go for it. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think the type of I feel like the type of independent developers that they
Yeah.
are. I highly doubt that they would go for
They
it.
started off as kind of PlayStation guys. Joe Danger was their first big title, and that was PlayStation exclusive for a long time. It did eventually come to Microsoft though. So it seems like they want everyone to be happy. They want to
Right.
get their games out to everyone, and hopefully that's the case with No Man's Sky,
Right.
which was I think my most exciting announcement at VGX. I think that was the big one that excited me.
Yeah.
So I hope they get back on their feet, even if it takes
Heavy
Microsoft to help them.
undertaking,
Yeah,
Right.
there's only 4 guys with them.
Right.
So from there, got Naughty Dog, kind of threw a comment on the blog for PlayStation. Naughty Dog came out and said that they're just focusing on Uncharted 4 right now because people are asking about the Last of Us
Right.
port for PS4. They're like, hold on, we're just getting our engine up and running on
Right.
PlayStation 4, which tells me Uncharted 4 is not this year.
No.
I think that's next year.
If that even.
Maybe spring next year, but probably late next year. I would say
next holiday.
Yeah, next holiday, 2015.
I would say
I'd
it's going to be the price drop / bundle
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah, which is fine. Take your time with it.
Perfectly okay with that.
Put 3 years into that title like you did with The Last of Us and make it another masterpiece, if you want to call it that. But the other thing is that they did say they're not ruling out a port of The Last of Us.
Right.
They said, yeah, we're focusing on Uncharted 4 right now, but that doesn't mean that The Last of Us isn't on our minds. We're thinking about that. I bet Sony's telling them, like, right now, come on, guys, please do
Right.
this. Like, please port this
Right.
over to PS4 for us. Because there's a lot of people that didn't play it. I mean,
Yeah.
PS3 did well, but there's a lot of people, a lot of Xbox guys that are jumping on the PS4 now that never played The Last of Us. And you're probably seeing right now that it is getting dozens and dozens of Game of the Year awards.
Yes.
I know Giant Bomb, Game Trailers just announced it as Game of the Year. I don't think IGN has announced theirs yet, but I really wouldn't be surprised if IGN gives a Game of the Year. There's a lot of sites that are getting a Game of the Year, and it's no surprise. It was an excellent game. So after that, what do we got? Another Microsoft thing. What's up?
Chris is apparently really sketchy looking.
Maybe I should move over here because I look like this big.
Yeah, maybe, but you are on the video camera that way. If you come over here, you're not on the video camera.
It's up to you what you want to do.
It's up to you.
Oh, decisions.
I don't like that the light is making you look all pale.
What a diva.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I look so.
It's the computer.
I
It's the
look-
computer light. Yeah,
I look
Dim the
really
screen down.
tiny.
It's not like you can't
you do
see
look
it
tiny.
How do I dim it?
with the
I
dimming
don't
button
know.
on the computer.
I don't know.
Figure it out. But more Microsoft news.
Anyway.
Microsoft just filed a trademark for a new IP. Well, what people are thinking is a new IP, and it's called Thrown Together.
Together. And Throne is spelled like a
Like Game of Thrones.
Like Game of Thrones.
This tells me right now, a title like Thrown Together is not like a hardcore.
No, I think it's
IP.
gonna be an arcade title. I'm gonna say it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be one of their in-house studios that's working on an arcade
Yeah.
title. You know, I'm gonna say it's probably, my guess is it's gonna be something where it's gonna be an online, kingdom-based game of what no one can guess. It's
Maybe
just
like a
title.
Fat Princess type thing where you have like multiple people
you
within
know
like a
what,
kingdom playing different roles.
I don't.
Or something.
I wouldn't even say that. I think it's going to be I think you're going to make your own kingdoms, and I
Yeah.
think you can choose whether or not you want to help out and work. It's kind of maybe I'm hoping, this is all hope. Maybe like The Sims. Maybe like The Sims with kingdoms.
That
where you,
name just doesn't inspire a lot of excitement in me.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, it's nothing crazy. But
Yeah, it just doesn't. After that, Steam announced that they have reached 7 million concurrent viewers. This is a new record for them. Last year, they were 6 million viewers. Of course, around the holidays, you get a lot of people on there, and around the holidays this year, they had 7 million. That's a big number.
Right. Kingdom of Keflings 2, 2.0.
Yeah, that was a
Could've
terrible
been.
game. Maybe this one will be terrible too. But that's a big number, I think. Does that seem like a big number to you? 7 million concurrent users?
Yeah.
Like,
That's a lot.
do you have any idea what Live does
No,
around the holidays?
I don't. I honestly really do.
I have a feeling that's
I know
big, though.
Steam has jumped
Yeah.
greatly just in the past year, though.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. You're
Yeah, I'm on
really-
Steam finally. I haven't been a PC guy in a long time. I'm finally back on PC with Steam.
Oh my
And
God, awful.
the first game I played was Gone Home, which was awesome. What are you drinking? Miller Lite?
Yeah, I'm not sure how long I got left out of the fridge.
It's only been in there.
Also, I did just have coffee that was really sweet. so it
Yeah,
kinda
probably not a good
balances
idea.
it out. It's awful. It's also Miller Lite.
I wonder what that link is for. Do you want to check that out, Mike? Or Mark, sorry?
We trust you, Axoil.
Yeah, I'm not
It's big booty bitches.
Are you
Awesome.
serious?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I don't get that.
The internet is for porn.
I do it. I mean, that's
There's not much to
Oh,
get.
that's all.
Okay, after that.
Mark, is it really?
Now, this happened first with the Xbox One showing up online with images of a white residue. Did you see this? People were opening up the. Actually, you didn't even have to open up the Xbox One because it has those enormous grills on it. But this like white residue is starting to show on people's Xbox Ones.
It's like it's rabid, like it's foaming at the mouth.
Kind of. It looks more like filmy than that, like a film, like a white film that you can maybe like scratch off.
Okay.
And then everyone was like, "Oh my God, Xbox One is gonna have problems again." But then, like people decided, okay, let's check out the PS4. So they opened up the PS4, and they noticed on the inside casing of the PS4, there's also a white residue that's starting to show up on the PS4.
So maybe it has something.
Thermal paste, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like the burning up of the thermal paste is creating like a little bit of like once it like congeals again. Maybe it's like creating like a little bit of a white residue.
So keep running those PlayStations and Xbox Ones, then you might actually get the white console that you're looking for.
Yeah, it's on the inside on PS4, but it's showing up
Apparently,
like,
it's
through the
excreting.
grill.
Well, if it's excreting through it, maybe eventually it's going to like cocoon itself,
Yes.
and you'll also turn into a giant butterfree.
I don't think you really have too much to worry about. Like, it's not like
Oh, awesome.
it's not going to clog up your grill. It seems it's not like that. It's like very, very thin. It's like a
Yeah.
like a very thin, like see-through white film that's showing up on some. It's very rare right now. I don't think it's like widespread, but it could be. I mean, it's early. If this is happening early, I bet you probably will see some more of
Yeah,
it.
but that's exactly what they say at the beginning of every zombie movie ever. It doesn't happen everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
in a few isolated areas.
I just find it's weird, especially because it's like they happened with Xbox, and then like a week later, it's like PS4. It's like, that's a weird coincidence that both
Right.
of them have this white residue showing up.
Right.
But you know, since it's so rare right now, maybe the guys on the PS4 were just like, let's make it look like there's a white residue showing up on this, and they just
Right.
opened it up and. Never mind. I was going to say something, but
What did they do?
I don't know.
What did they do?
I was going to say something about another white residue, but
They enjoyed the PS4.
they really enjoyed their PS4.
I think we need to have like a South Park counter, like how they did with the, how many times they said the word "damn" or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we need to do that for how many
Yeah.
times we say something that would have gotten kicked.
How many
us off
times
TV?
we go dirty? I don't think that would have gotten us any. Like, we wouldn't have gotten kicked for that. I'm sure we
If
could.
you had said it,
It's funny if you don't talk about it after.
Did someone say that?
No.
Or just-
no, you said it.
Oh, whatever.
Mike says be nice, Chris.
Yeah, seriously. Come on now. All right. From there, what do we got? This was a big story that came out. I can't remember who reported this, but it turns out that Xbox One was very close to actually not having a disc
Disk
drive.
drive. Yep.
Yeah, it was not too long before the system came out, like 6 months or
feel like
so.
that was-
They were still like very like dramatically considering that,
Right.
of not doing that.
doing digital only and everything like
Yeah,
that.
and it probably would have worked. It wouldn't have been such a like big deal for only online if it was no disc,
Right.
Because then you would have had the whole used game fiasco and whatnot. But at the same time, I think that would have destroyed them if they
Right.
had
Oh
no
my
disc
god.
drive.
Yeah. We're not as a society, as a population. We're
Yeah.
not ready for it.
Yeah, if
And
you think we're not ready
Did
for
you
used
cover?
games-
Did you cover the British guy talking about American bandwidth speeds for the internet?
No.
Is that okay? There's a guy over in I can't remember who his name was, but he's saying basically the internet speeds over in Europe
Uh-huh.
are way better than they
Oh,
are
yeah,
in
definitely.
the US, and we just wouldn't be able to do it. And he's completely right.
Especially
you know, the
Japan.
amount. Have you heard like people tell you? Have you talked to anybody that's been trying to download a PS4 game or an Xbox One game?
No, I actually haven't.
Like literally, like some people are dealing with 7 to 20 hours.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it makes
it's
sense. I mean,
absolutely
some of these games are 20 gigabytes or more.
Right.
I mean, or 50 gigabytes. I think some of them, right? I mean, some of them
Yeah.
are really up there. So that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, if you think like used games was a big deal for Microsoft, this would have been even bigger.
Oh my god,
deal.
this would have been awful. This
Yeah.
literally would have nailed their coffin before it was even.
Yeah,
done.
people aren't ready for used games, but people especially aren't ready
This would
for
have been a
digital only.
They would have been stillborn.
I mean,
They would
PSP
not-
Go was an example of that, right?
Yes, I said it. Deal with it.
We're talking dead babies now. Getting into
Dead baby jokes. Woo!
Yeah,
No,
we got that.
Classing it up.
Don't do that.
Now we just need to talk about Hitler.
Don't do what? What are we
I
doing?
think I
Yes,
need to
let's
sit in the
just
hot
segue.
seat. I think I need to sit in the hot seat.
Segue
so we
straight
get some
to
more
Hitler.
viewers.
Kristen, everywhere you said it's a hot seat.
Yeah,
Did that make up for it? Is that good? Was that a good one?
What?
Did I make up for what I said? When I said be nice? No, whatever. Keep going. We're getting off.
Moving on.
This is
We're starting
Moving
off
on.
slow this week, though.
Yeah, we are starting off really
I
slow.
have contacts.
Told you, it's a Saturday, man. I don't think it was.
I
You don't
thought
think
everyone
Saturday's
watching
so
football.
After I was
That's
thinking about
the
it,
way
I was like,
Sunday usually
Why
when
don't
people
you
are watching
interview me
football.
for a second?
Huh?
I have contacts.
You have contacts? What's oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about like people that you know.
Yeah, they-
It's like I know people.
Yeah, those witch computers are pretty bad. You gotta
Yeah.
watch out for them.
Well, can I just say something real quick? X-Whale. I wore glasses last week because I was cutting an onion and I was very dramatic about it.
Yeah, she was.
That's
She was like,
crazy.
"Oh my God, Andrew, help me!"
No, it
Like
was
she was like,
burning so
It
bad.
burns. Yeah, that's what onions do.
Like, so I couldn't even get my contacts in. It was, what?
onions fucking up eyes since 1801.
Honey, I don't know why they're like that.
Probably earlier than that, I would guess.
No.
No, they never used onions before 1801.
Is there a joke behind this?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, never mind. We're moving. We're getting way off.
really off tonight.
Yeah,
Let's
because
talk about pie. What's your favorite pie?
yeah,
American Pie.
yeah. We were just watching
5 minutes of pie.
Podcast Beyond, and they somehow started their first 10 minutes talking about pie.
It was. I think it was literally like 7 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yeah,
it was
we can't
nice.
do that.
No,
We'll
we
get
can't. We
kicked.
can't talk about pie.
All right, so let's get back on
Next
topic.
news segment.
Square Enix is teasing a new title. It's called Destiny 8. That's not what it's called. That's just what they have up on their teaser site right
I
now.
didn't hear about this one.
It's in collaboration with another entity called Galoops, which doesn't inspire much confidence.
What was
But because Galoops are best known for like social titles, so I wouldn't expect much from this. I'm betting it's a
What is
mobile
this?
game.
Yeah, and I mean, Square Enix has been doing a lot in the past,
Yeah.
what, 2 years, I think, in mobile
Essentially,
gaming.
yeah.
They have a whole team set up just for mobile games.
Well, I mean, just look at all the remakes they're doing for Final Fantasy on
It was just-
iOS.
and
stuff.
you know what? And as far as mobile games, I know you're completely against it, and I really don't get into it myself either. But that is really what mobile gaming needs to be doing. Needs to be focusing
Except
on. It's actually
that-
doing it very well.
Except that they're not near as good as the originals. Like, look at the graphics on Super Nintendo and look at the graphics on iOS. It actually looks better on Super Nintendo.
Get out of here!
It does.
I can't believe that.
It really does. Because they changed up the art style. They completely changed the art style and made it this like it almost looks like it was made in RPG Maker. Remember like the old RPG makers that you
I don't
could get on
believe
like
that, though.
PlayStation? Just trust me, like people that like 16-bit graphics, the ones that like the originals,
Yeah.
it looks terrible.
Okay, so it's
to
not.
those
It
people.
doesn't look as good as.
It doesn't look
16-bit.
16-bit.
Okay.
It's very
My
smooth,
problem with
which
it-
isn't a problem.
right.
It lacks all the detail that they actually
Right.
had in the originals.
My problem is the fact that there's still like $10, $15 games on my
Yes.
phone.
If that, they're sometimes even more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
The most expensive one I saw was 15. I think it was Final Fantasy 4, which I almost bought.
Yeah.
I actually almost bought it, and I was like, something's telling me I don't want to do this. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Common fucking sense. Because it's on my goddamn phone.
Yeah.
So.
I think they would have been better off putting the original 16-bit versions on there. Somebody has, not a question, but they were mentioning
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Wait, that's all I can say about
That's
that.
all we know about it so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to
It exists,
to say.
and we can get excited for it.
Yeah, that's exciting
Woo!
enough, right? That it exists. It's
Right.
been how long since 2? That came out in what, 2005 maybe?
We graduated that year, later that year, so...
Yeah, it was 2005, 2006.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
I think it was like March of 2006.
There's been other Kingdom Hearts, obviously, and
Yeah.
you got 2.5 Remix coming this year. We'll talk about that in anticipated titles, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts is exciting. What? I am looking at
I want
the
to see you looking at the camera, like at the actual.
okay. Alright, so next news story. Official UK numbers were released for the year.
Woo.
PlayStation 4, in 4 weeks, they sold 530,000 units. That's 133,000 per week, approximately. Xbox One did 364,000 in 5 weeks. That's 73,000 per week. Almost half of PlayStation 4. And then you've got the Wii U, who did 150,000 for the entire year. That's 3,000 per week.
Oh, Nintendo.
Whoa!
Mistakes.
Jesus. Is that surprising? Or is it just like, okay, whatever at this point?
Are you really that surprised about it?
That's 3,000 per week for the entire year? The UK is especially harsh on Nintendo, it seems. But, and you know what? UK, I have to say, that was Xbox land last generation. You know, Europe as a whole, I'd say, is kind of Sony land. But for
Yeah.
some reason, the UK
Yeah, well,
is very...
Britain is very they enjoy shooters. And,
Yes.
action
So,
games like that. So
I think Microsoft is probably pretty upset about that. They're losing a land that was theirs last generation, and now America seems to kind of be going in the opposite direction too.
Right.
Japan was never theirs at all.
Right.
Most
Well,
of
I
Europe
think-
was never theirs.
yeah, I think overall we kind of all knew that Microsoft was going to have an uphill battle.
Yeah.
With especially after E3.
Well, it's not as bad as a lot of people thought it would be. I'll say that.
And you got to remember too, a lot of gamers really only switch over to Microsoft when games like Halo came out, and even actually most people switch over to Microsoft at Xbox 360, not at the original Xbox.
Yeah.
There was a lot of split. There was a lot of Sony and Xbox, or Nintendo and Xbox when the first systems came out.
Yeah.
With GameCube and everything. But PS2 was really a strong Sony system.
Yeah, I mean that was like a 10-to-1 ratio.
Right. But then at 360 came out, and because of the price point for the PS3 was actually really the biggest.
And it came out like a year and a half later.
Right, and it came out a year and a half later, and it came out a year later here.
Yeah,
so it came out here. So it's one of those things where I feel like people are starting to trust Sony again. And I feel like they did screw up the last generation.
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. You just had this complete reversal. People started to trust Sony again, and they started to distrust Microsoft. So it was both. It was like a double whammy, and so people started migrating over.
Right.
That doesn't mean that's going to be the case for the entire generation. When you say Titanfall and Halo 5 and whatnot,
you got to remember it's only going to be exclusive for the first game.
Yeah,
it's only going to be exclusive first game, and it's actually on PC as well. And
that's what they're saying.
I know a lot of people.
I mean, do you think Microsoft doesn't have enough money to just?
You know what? I honestly feel like the type of people that West and Zempel are, with how easy they can get up and just leave whatever studio they're in.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just gonna be like, "You guys, we're not doing this."
They weren't happy.
He wasn't. He didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
He found out from the news story.
Yeah.
Or from the interview that he was in, whichever one. He found out just then when he was told. So I feel like it's one of those things where either they're gonna make a thing out of it. Titanfall may continue and be exclusive on Microsoft systems, but I'll tell you right now, if it's exclusive again for the second version of it, I highly doubt that West and Zempel will be there.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it's not going to be held by them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, got a few more stories. The next one, this is kind of like a little bit of a shocker coming off the story we just talked about, but there's a site called Macro Access. And they said that Sony has a 78% chance of going bankrupt in the next 2 years.
So now, here's the thing. It's not Sony Entertainment. It's Sony.
Just Sony as a whole.
Sony as a whole. And that, you got to remember, so there's a lot of people out there, and you probably don't even realize this. Sony might as well have, Sony Computer Entertainment America, Sony Music, Sony, all the different segments might as well be different names. It's actually not one conglomerate, like there's one overseeing area, but there's no one CEO that really has a lot of input. Each one is its own company in a way.
Yeah.
So yes, the name is hurting, especially in the...
Hey Ghost, I just want to say right off the bat, Hey Ghost Games.
Yeah.
He's not here.
He just
walked in.
Yes.
Kristen's very happy.
Yes.
Woo! It's one of those things where their TV department is doing awful. Their camera department is only kind of floating. Their computer department is really one of their better in the electronics.
I think their phone is starting to get a little better too, right?
Their phones are really good overseas.
Yeah.
Over in America, where the phones really make an impact, it's not as big. Overseas is a completely different situation. So the only thing really holding them above water is actually their gaming system.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but this is based entirely on numbers. They said that that's not like a. Obviously, this isn't like a for sure thing. This is just them basing it off the numbers right now. They did have before Kaz Hirai took over as president. They were having an especially. They were doing terrible.
Right.
And then Kaz Hirai came in. He sold 2 or 3 of Sony, the big Sony buildings. Made a huge buck off of that. Really, I guess, did a great job.
He did. He's very good at cleaning house.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did, which is it's a sad thing. I mean, but he did lay off 10,000 people.
Yeah, because it sucks, and I feel bad that any. Trust me, I hope no one has to go through that. It really sucks. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's got to be done. And as long as it benefits the company, which it has, then it's actually it's a positive thing overall.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it, but I don't know as far as the Sony going bankrupt overall. I think that there's going to be a huge restructuring though. I don't see Sony going bankrupt almost ever.
I think they should just put all your cards on PlayStation. That's what does so well for you.
You know what? They can stay in TVs, but they did start redoing what they're doing with those. Changing TVs, computers, and gaming systems.
They need
get
to
out
stop.
of music. Get, maybe focus a little bit on the movies, but change up their direction.
Yeah.
They really need to actually start making the movies and use the streaming service they were talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of these independent movies that they're backing and everything all the time, because Sony does back a lot of independents.
The thing is, they always put themselves out there as a premium device when it comes to computers, the TVs.
And they've always been that way, except
but
for...
it's just, the times are changing. Like, people don't want to spend that much money.
And it's not even that. The premium devices that they were having, before Kaz Hirai took over, a lot of those things, there was a lot of issues with them. They weren't premium devices.
Yeah.
But
they were being sold as
devices. All right. But anyway.
Yeah, but I just want to do a comparison to what Macro Access says is the other 2 companies' bankrupt chances. Nintendo has a 22% chance, and then Microsoft has a 1% chance.
Right.
Yeah.
The one benefit that Microsoft has is it has multiple facets of it. So even if the gaming system doesn't survive, you got to remember they created a gaming system ridiculously late into
Yeah.
the gaming system era.
I'm surprised on both Nintendo and Sony on that one.
I'm not
Nintendo.
surprised. No, because we were even talking about it a few weeks ago. They put their own pockets into it.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love for them as well as a business. So they have multiple things that they could. Dude, what did they create? They made, what was it? Was it microwave? No, not microwave.
Oh, they did so many
Weird things. They're ingenuitous. They can they can find something to do. So
Yeah. I don't think any of them are going to go bankrupt. I think this is all just...
no,
I don't know
I don't
what
see
this
either
is.
any of the three going bankrupt. I think that some things need to be changed in some of the.
It was kind of spreading online, though, so I thought it was worth bringing up just because
Right.
people were using it as a trolling device, obviously. It's like, oh my god, Sony's going to be gone in 2 years, haha.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Other Sony news, there's a lot of big rumors surrounding CES next week. Big one being that Sony is going to reveal a device probably.
Mm-hmm.
What's your guess?
I have no idea because they completely slap me in the face every time they do it. Because I think it's something that would be. See, here's the thing. I expect it to be something phenomenal, and it's something as stupid as an underwater camera. And then the next time I'm just like Sony, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, you actually have a 4K TV, and it looks phenomenal. Sweet. So it's.
Ghost is going to upgrade his video card instead of getting a PS4.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, right now
if you're a PC guy, then
right, and you got a little while before that. But anyway,
yeah, it's just starting. Console generation is just starting. You have plenty of time to.
I don't know, do you have
get a PS4 later.
have you heard anything? Because I actually didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, obviously, the big, I guess, hope is that it's the VR headset.
Yeah, and I know that's been talked about for a while, and I think that actually would be a good thing. The only thing, so the only thing that really backs up that idea is, are you familiar with the 4K TVs at all?
Yeah.
How they operate?
Sure.
Now, do you know how they operate with the movies though?
As far as like upscaling or
Not even. So you actually can't buy a 4K movie outside.
Yeah.
It's actually all downloaded. And you actually, when you buy a 4K TV at the store, you have to actually get the 4K box. It's basically a computer tower.
Okay.
And it holds all the movies in there, and that's where you get them from. It's all
Wow.
downloaded. Yeah. It's
just
not
because disc can't handle
because
it.
disc can't handle it, and it's not going to be as good of a read,
Wow.
even if it was a disc. So they actually had to get this box for it.
Do you have
So
any idea what the file size is on a 4K movie? Like a
fucking ridiculous. I don't remember offhand. I
mean, it
was
makes
trained on
sense.
it at one point, but I don't remember exactly.
I'm
what it is.
betting it's like upwards of like 200, 300 gigs, right?
It's up there. It's
Yeah.
really freaking up there. That's why they need a whole computer just for the freaking movies. But anyway, so that's the only reason that it backs up the idea of the VR heads, because you would probably need that on top of the headset. And you could combine that with another gaming system,
Sure.
something that combine them together, plug one into the other, and that's your main TV.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, there's a lot of people out there that have giant TVs just for themselves, and they don't have anybody over their houses or anything like
Yeah.
that. So it's gonna be an interesting twist.
Yeah, I mean, Oculus Rift just kind of took a lot of tech shows by storm
Right.
last year. That was
Destroyed.
a lot of people, like PS4 and Xbox One came out last year, and a lot of like best of show for technology was going to Oculus Rift.
Right.
Because this is, we haven't had a revolution in gaming in a long time.
No.
3D
Not
gaming
since
with the
the,
N64.
Not since the Virtual Boy.
Yes, sure. I'm just going to say N64. Do you agree? N64 was kind of the last big revolution in gaming?
No, I think, believe it or not, I'm going to say the revolution of gaming would be actually PS3 with the Blu-ray, because you're able to handle more on the disc. I don't think it
To a much
took
smaller
advantage of
extent.
it yet, but yes.
I think
because you transfer from 2D, basically side-scrolling for the most part, to 3D plane.
Yeah,
And then-
with Nintendo 64. And then I think the other maybe really big one was Xbox. That was like the first true like console
Do you
online.
remember the tech demo that they showed off for Xbox? Sorry, Mark.
I mean, I don't know if there's been a huge at any point there's been a huge jump in the gaming industry though. Every year it's just some small little improvements over and over. So I mean, you have like wireless controllers pop up, better online interactivity for consoles, right, which was just primarily a big PC thing. So it's all just small things that I don't think we should expect or anticipate any kind of huge jump forward that's going to be like mind blowing.
Can I just go out and say I'm surprised? Mark, I didn't know you could talk.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like
talk.
when Mark talks.
I like what Mark talks,
I
but
talk.
where the hell did that come from?
But
yes.
do you not agree that Oculus Rift, like a
Yeah.
true virtual reality, wouldn't be a gaming revolution?
It would be
completely.
Well,
I think
and it also could fail too.
as
So-
long as it's at a price point where the layperson could pick it up.
That's
Now,
the thing.
what are they talking about? Like, have you heard anything?
As far as price?
I know that there's
I
guesses
have no
from people.
idea. I
Have you
can't
heard
imagine
anything?
it being less than like $300.
I don't know.
And you know what? I'm fine with that though.
Really?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's not going to be just used for gaming. I have no problem getting this and having it. You look at my house, all
Yeah.
right? I have people over how many times? Not often.
No.
We usually go to other people's houses. So, for those times, I don't mind having like a TV, and having the Oculus Rift as my main device, as long as it's comfortable, as long as the screen doesn't hurt my eyes. And that's, I think, the biggest issue is the screen being so close to your face is apparently one of the biggest issues for, fatigue as far as watching it. So, I mean, it could be great, and I would actually get it from one of my main TVs. I could sit in my bedroom and play it comfortably, in there instead of my living room.
I'm just basing that price point off of Oculus Rift. I think Oculus Rift is around $300. Now, this is early still. I think if Sony really wants to get this out there and have people buy it, they need to go to sub $200, in my opinion. And even then,
I think
not gonna get a lot of
$300 I
people.
think is gonna be fine. I think $300 is gonna be fine, and I think here's the thing that I think Sony will have over the Oculus Rift is that they're gonna package it together with something with their entertainment system. They're gonna give you movies and stuff like that, and they're gonna package it as a family entertainment device.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Oculus Rift and the stuff like that, for those that aren't even aware of it, or I don't know how aware. I think from what I remember, the equivalent size of the screens in one of those VR TVs, I think is like a 70-inch TV or an 80-inch TV.
with it that close to your face.
With where it is in relation to your face and the way that they actually, because it's not just like a small. They actually have to change. The reason why it takes so long is they have to actually change the way the thing is displayed in the screen, so it actually doesn't hurt you and throw you off and make you realize that there's something like right here in front of your face.
Yeah.
Because your eyes will perceive it that way. So.
I think the last big gaming peripheral that was like that was Kinect, right? How much was
Yes.
Kinect?
Kinect. That's the thing.
That was like
Kinect's
$200,
price is
right?
like $150.
Are you sure? I thought it was
Yes,
$200.
I'm positive because I bought it. But that was one of those fucking idiots
Now,
that got it because Katie won.
Kinect
Damn it.
sold pretty well. That sold like upwards of 20 million.
It did. Right.
That's a successful peripheral. For sure. That's like a successful
It's a
peripheral.
completely different thing. It's a completely different thing. That's attaching to this can be advertised as a TV, a replacement screen. This you can get. They actually are going to advertise it as 4 people, like 3 or 4 people, like a family sitting on their couch watching it on the things. Watching it on their own personal devices.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to patch it. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to guess that when they first roll it out, it's going to be one of those things where you buy 3 and you get one free if Sony actually unveils one. Something like that. It's going to be like that at retailers. That's what they always do. And that, I think, will help take it off, as
are you
long as they
talking about?
advertise it the right way.
What are we talking about? We're talking about Sony doing their own version
Yes.
of Oculus Rift, a virtual reality headset. I think if anyone could do it, like just the perfect way, I think it'd be Sony. I mean, they have got so many different divisions.
I actually would disagree. Well, I think
They already have a VR headset.
I agree. I actually think Sony. I think
it's like the HMZ or something like that. They have a VR headset that supposedly is really, really
right, and that's
great.
what I'm saying. It's all about the price point. Is really what it comes down to. So anyway.
I'm just going to say, for me, I think if I could get it for $199.
I mean,
I would get it.
your price point, your view on it is a lot different than the consumer, though.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be. I'm going to say it's going to be $299, and it's going to be completely.
This is if they even announce it.
right.
I
and
mean,
they're not. And I'm going to say right now, I don't even have a faith that this is really what it is. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be something really fucking stupid.
They might just wait till next generation. But the thing is, that's risky.
No, they're not going to wait till next generation. Nope. I mean, here's the other cool thing. Imagine if they unveil it at the same time that they release Vita TV in the West.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Thing is,
Vita TV. If that's what they're unveiling, if they unveil Vita TV,
That would be good.
I'm going to be so fucking happy.
I'd be happy with that.
I think they said it's like what, $100? I think it's going to
Yeah.
be. I think 140 or 150 with the controller. I think
so. Yeah.
So
that would be. I'll be happy with that. That would be a great one. The thing is, like,
Blankenshiz had actually asked about Vita TV in the U.S.
did he?
Or-
Nothing
could
on
be
it
it.
officially yet. So we're hoping.
this could be the device that you hear about. It's going to come to the U.S. because it turns out that it's not doing quite as well over there as they thought it would,
Right.
and they were really surprised with the reception
How- right,
in the
how-
U.S.
Right.
How
I think they
excited
were
we were.
floored away because
Yeah.
they don't. I think like, they were looking at the Apple TV, which is only doing good for Apple customers who don't know.
Yeah.
And the other ones are just really cheap, but for the price of it, I don't think they realized how excited we are for another one. VR system, just for those that don't know, that was asking about it, is basically a wearable headset with screens and everything. I think some of them even have headphones for it as
We're
well.
getting to the point
So-
now that the latency is low enough that we can actually accomplish true, like, non-motion sick VR. Because that was the problem before. Even if you have a half a second latency between your head movement and the movement within the game from the VR headset, that is enough to make you throw up. very quickly. Like that's what happened. People could not handle that amount of latency. And Oculus Rift, which is the big example of a VR headset that's coming soon, they've gotten the latency down to I think like controller type latency, which is great. And then on top of that, it's 2 little screens within the goggles. I think each one of them is like 720p. It wraps around your head just enough so it covers your peripherals. And yeah, I mean, it's one-to-one movement pretty much. And the idea, if you haven't seen it, go online and watch reaction videos to Oculus Rift. It's almost funny, but it's exciting. Like, you will smile at the thought of this possibility because people get sat down in a chair. The guys from Oculus come in, they put the headset on them, they make sure that they understand, like they put their hands on their shoulders and like make sure that they understand like they're still sitting down, because if they don't, they start moving their legs. They start like, they feel like they can move within the world almost instantly. And what really blows them away is when the guy who has his hands on the shoulder, he says, I want you to look behind you at me. And the person, of course, looks behind, but what that person is seeing is what is behind them in the game world. And it's just
throws them off
it's just really crazy moment, because you're expecting to turn around and see the person behind you, and you're in the world. You are in the world. You are looking behind you in the world. And like if you have snow falling in front of your face, the technology has a 3DS type 3D where it doesn't need glasses. It's just kind of a part of the screen where it gives you a little bit of that 3D effect.
Right.
So it's, I mean, this is as immersive as we're going to get for a long time.
Yeah, I can agree.
It's exciting. It's really exciting.
And that's why I think so many people are so excited for it.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, this was a labor of love. This guy started in his garage.
Yeah.
You know, and he kickstarted. This was a Kickstarter.
Was it? I didn't know
This
that.
was a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a Kickstarter for a while, and this is what really, I think after Kickstarter, I think it's one of the first ones that really, I think this is one of the ones that was like, oh, Kickstarter's pretty cool because you can get anything on there, and this is one of those ones that really pushed it out.
Yeah.
You know, this actually helped kickstart Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
No, that's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Was it, am I right about that? It was a Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter original.
It brought a whole lot of news in.
Right.
She looked nerdier last week with her glasses on.
Glasses
Is that what we need? Do
And
we
she
need
doesn't
glasses?
like onions.
Do you
There was a
her
guy
that
on
way?
there, Mikey something, that asked a
Yeah.
question that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Mikey had asked, do you know how far Sony is going to go with their PS4 app?
With their
and
PS4 app.
Right, and I want to know what he actually meant by that. And I think I have an idea. Are you talking about like, you know, fluid one-to-one, you know, integration as far as like smart glass? Is that the question? I think
that's already kind of the possibility with it.
But it's so sluggish. Have you used it a lot?
That's only with the Playroom.
It's all I use because, you know, I don't have quick speed or anything or when I'm out.
Oh, you mean as far as like messaging friends and whatnot?
Yeah, it's
a little slow. Yeah.
Even just loading it up. I mean, the whole
Yeah.
app is. I mean, right now the app is really slow.
Yeah.
it really needs a lot of
It
work.
jumps,
Microsoft, and I gotta give credit to Microsoft on that one. And even you, have you used the Smart Glass app?
No.
You don't have anything to use with it. It was even from launch. You know, once it logged in, it took a couple seconds for it to log in, but less than the PS4 app does. And once you were logged in, man, it was almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
Your avatar would come pop in, and it would just be waving at you like it does with that stupid ass like, you know, boneless wave that it has.
Yeah.
You know, and then it would just, you know, it was fluid, man. It was right in there. So I think Sony needs a little work on it. So hopefully that's what he was asking.
If
I just thought that was interesting.
he might have also been talking about the possibility of remote play through a phone.
Which I don't see that happening,
No.
especially with the Vita. That's why they're pushing the
The
Vita
Vita
so hard.
shows that that's what you need. Like, they designed the Vita around that. It has technology built into it to allow for low latency remote play streaming. Phones they weren't designed around that, so you're not going to have that.
Kristen, did you get a shirt just to say thank you to Ghost Games? What are you
Why?
saying? I don't know. You said it's 22 ghosts. Do you want 22 ghosts?
No. Ghost asked if
Ghost
my
was
shirt
asking.
was a jersey. And
She
I
got
said,
it for you, bud.
It's from
It's all you.
Kohl's. I don't know if you have Kohl's there.
She is not at all a football fan. She just decided to be sporting
says
tonight.
I would hope
22.
not, considering the fact there's no team called the Ghosts.
Which is how
That'd
old
be
I
a
wish
really
I was
awful
again.
team.
Because I'm so old.
Ooh, so spooky.
Yeah, and their freaking mascot's a guy in a white sheet. That'd be awesome.
Scary skeleton. That could be really bad.
As long as it's not cold and they don't have to wear the hoods, then it's completely okay. That's all the news you had.
That's the end of my news. So why don't you talk about?
There's 2 points I want to bring up. The one is going to be the it's a little Saturn one. I have one to bring it up. It's kind of irritating, but the Saturn one was the constant, man, the DDoS attacks and everything like that. There's a couple. So I don't play League of Legends or anything like that, but I can't remember the guy's name. There's apparently a player that plays League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and I guess he pissed a ton of people off. and he just I'm assuming, this is all I'm assuming, yeah, he's an asshole, that or he's just a victim of a really, really big group of bullies. And they basically went after him. Any game that this kid played, they completely shut down. They tried to do whatever they could to shut down the servers.
Okay.
League of Legends, World of Warcraft, there's a ton of them that were basically shut down. Some of them were only for like 10, 15 minutes. Other ones were actually for, a few hours. They were really good. They were what they did, and apparently it's still going. It's like they keep going over and over again. I think what it did was it laid grounds for other groups that are into doing retarded shit like that, saying, well, these guys did it, so let's us try. And now, like, all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's almost like the knockout game. It's like, all right, who can we get? Who's a big one that we can get? Who's a big fish that we can fry? And it's just like people are going left and right, just trying to take down any online server group. And there's a couple bigger ones. I can't remember. Honestly, I don't follow it enough to where I know the names of them. I honestly don't care. I'm glad I don't know their names because that means that they're not as famous for being complete idiots.
Yeah.
As they're hoping to be.
The lesson of this story: people
stop
suck.
being an asshole.
And people suck.
Yeah, but either one. So, but a fun one. DayZ has their thing out, and you're familiar with DayZ, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Mark, you're familiar with DayZ?
Yes.
Kristen.
And Ghost
No.
Games is as
How
well.
you doing over there?
No,
Good.
those games.
Sounds great.
Into
I'm
DayZ.
learning, I'm learning about Sweden.
Awesome. Do they have pizza over there?
They do, but it's apparently crappy.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sweden.
That's probably why it's in Sweden.
We're glad that you're joining us.
But anyway, so DayZ, one of the things that happens in there, you'll be rolling around, especially if you're new, and you'll roll into somewhere, and someone that's bigger and better than you will essentially rob you. They'll basically hold you up and basically try to steal all your stuff because you have some valuable items in there. And there's a video floating around for the nicest hold-up I've ever seen. And it's basically, the caption, I think it was on Kotaku, but it was like, if you don't get Stockholm Syndrome within the first few seconds of seeing this guy, there's something wrong with you. And he basically holds this guy up, he's in this like building, and he sees this guy, and this kid just sounds like really new. He's like, dude, put your hands up. The kid doesn't even know the button to put his hands up in the air or anything. He doesn't know anything. He's like, I've only been playing for a few hours. So the guy basically tells him to go put his back, face the wall and everything like that. And you literally hold people up in this game. It's actually really interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't seen it.
The first time I watched something like, because I haven't gotten to play it yet. The first time I watched it, I was like, holy shit, this is really creepy that you can do this. But basically, he holds him up, makes him face the wall, and he's like, put your bag down. And he's like, yeah, dude, I don't have anything. He's like, well, this and that. He's like kind of being weird about it. He's like laughing, but I think like nervous at the same time. But all the guy does was he goes through it, and instead of just robbing this kid for everything he had, because it would have been easy, the kid didn't have a weapon at all, he just basically gives him a screwdriver and takes his can opener, which apparently is like one of the greatest things in the game because it's so hard to open these cans with a screwdriver. And the guy tells him that he did this. He's like, oh, okay. And the kid has no idea like what's going on. I don't think the kid knew what he was in for when he got the game.
Yeah.
And the guy was like really nice about it. And then he's leaving and everything like that. And the kid's like, well, can I follow you? He's like, no. I just robbed you, so that would be kind of weird. Really bad about it. So no, and the kid's like talking to him. But it was really cool. It was like kind of like a
Yeah, I mean, this sounds interesting. I actually am interested in this game.
You should get it. You have the specs to run it. I would get it. Yeah, it was definitely something that you would probably check out.
Is this free to play or?
Yeah, I think it's free to play, right? It's just the mod for Arma 2, right? DayZ.
Yes. There is also
I know there's a standalone game, which is better.
There's a standalone that's built around the Arma 3 mod.
Okay,
Or
is
Arma
it how,
3
do you know how much
game.
it is?
Not off the top of my head.
Does anybody know
But I do know that
how much the DayZ standalone is? Because I don't. I'm sorry, but if it's cheap enough, it's something that we should get for you. And I think it would be cool to do a play with.
I know the DayZ standalone currently is they put it out there that it's in its beta, so it's pretty bare bones.
Okay,
it's
so
not
it's
really
really
populated a whole lot.
I would say I know you can get Arma 2.
You can sign up, and it's kind of they're saying like
Right.
play at your own risk. This is going to be buggy. There's not a whole lot inside of it.
Apparently, $30, but it's an online only thing, and you just go. I mean, it's huge. I think we were talking about where it's
We
like,
talked about it a little
apparently the size of the map for it is like the size of Germany. So
Oh, we have somebody
We
from
have a
Germany in
Germany
here.
viewer.
hold on, wait. What are you guys talking
Yeah,
about?
I just saw what's the most popular baby name over there.
No.
Are you having a baby?
No.
Drew, are you pregnant? Oh my God! We need to throw a baby shower.
Oh my god. No, I was talking to
What a shitty way for us to find out.
I
Oh, we were
keep
good
calling him
friends.
X-Will, but I said
I just found out.
Kristen, whose is it?
no.
All right, I think we got way off topic. All right,
What is
Back
the
on
most
topic.
popular name over there?
now that we're that interested in it,
Next, we usually do what you've been playing.
Cool.
I'm not going to talk about this too much because it's the same games I've been playing. I do want to say, though, I've been playing more Assassin's Creed. and I'm starting to get a little fatigue with it. Like,
Yeah, you were telling me.
I'm like 20% in, and what are you doing? Being sneaky over here.
I am being
I'm about 20% in, and I'm not getting very invested in the story. It's fine. It's okay. And right now, I just feel like I'm just traveling from place to place, and I'm killing some animals, and finding all the stuff I can collect in the area, the fragments, and the the shanties and stuff, and that's about it. I just feel like I'm just going from place to place, and I guess this is me. Like, this is my problem. Is like, story is very important to me. Like, I need to be invested in the story,
Right.
or it's just the gaming stuff just kind of loses interest.
I feel
sometimes.
like the story for Assassin's Creed 3 to Assassin's Creed 2 was phenomenal.
Okay.
But the gameplay in 3 was where they kind of really hit their low point.
Yeah.
So I think they really focused on gameplay for this one, which you have to admit the gameplay.
No,
was awesome.
but the thing is, it's
There's
getting a little repetitive.
Right,
though.
and then but you got to remember too, if they had a great story, look at Last of Us again. It was the same. The gameplay was the same almost everywhere you went, but the story was so good that's what kept you going. And yes, they changed things up, and I'm sure Assassin's Creed will change.
That's an
things up in
example,
the
though. I guess that's a good example.
Right, that's a perfect
gameplay, even though it's the same throughout the game for the most part,
Right.
I never got bored with even the gameplay. Like with this, I'm getting bored with the gameplay. I feel like I'm tailing someone, or
Right, I hate those, man. Those are the worst
I'm
ones.
tailing someone. I'm killing someone.
The tailing ones I hate the most. It's kind of
Yeah.
like almost like playing like a shooter with with an escort mission.
Yeah.
I fucking hate those.
I just feel like I'm gonna start struggling to finish this game, and then on like the complete opposite, like Tearaway is just completely holding my attention.
Right.
And again, that's not a game
Which
that's
is
really
awesome.
relying on the story.
I keep getting-
but it's just so unique, and it
There's
keeps
so many
throwing
people that
you.
are getting that game. That,
Yeah.
I
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my god. So
I hope so.
Right. It's. I mean, it's one of those things where like out of nowhere you can't. I'm surprised
What
and I'm
game are you
happy.
talking about?
Tearaway.
The one that you like.
Oh, I love Tearaway.
Yeah, it just every hour or so they throw something new at you. They give you a new item, or a new. It's not even a weapon. Like you get to a point where you can start rolling, or you get to a point where they give you like a device where you can blow air out of it, or suck
you
air
do
air
drugs
in.
in the game?
No.
Mark, apparently you do E in Tearaway. Did you hear about that?
Tearaway? Oh,
Damn it, Mark!
He's so distracted right now.
sorry.
See, this is why you don't talk.
But like even like little
busy
parts
talking
where
about people. I'm
I got to the part in Tearaway where you're trying to get up to the sun the entire game because you want to see me on the outside.
All right, wait, is this giant bomb? Because I feel like at this point you've given away almost the entire game with how much.
I don't want to say
talk
I'm not giving like too much details, but you get really close to the sun, and then all of a sudden something happens where the floor opens up and you fall pretty much all the way back down to the beginning, like down to like even below the beginning. You fall down into the dungeons of like the game, like all the way down to the bottom.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it is, but it's actually kind of cool because it keeps making you think like you're almost there, you're almost there, and it's like no,
isn't
never
there a
mind.
Greek like myth about that? Like the guy has to push the boulder up the hill and he just keeps falling back down.
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus, is that
Well,
what it
God
is?
of War is very similar to that. So
Yeah.
God of War, like almost every game, like you keep starting back at the beginning. Like you're almost at the top of Mount Olympus, and then it drops you right down into the
Right.
Hades. But this one, it was kind of cool because like the floor opens up and you drop, and you're pretty much like skydiving down, and you have to
Right.
like collect stuff and like little things like that. They just
We're
keep,
waving? Is that a thing?
We're waving.
We're waving.
because we're
We're
all
waving.
people.
Woo!
And they said
they
people
keep
wave back.
doing new
Oh,
things.
cool. So we're cool. We waved.
Yeah,
They keep doing new things. That's
Awesome.
all I gotta say. And it's holding my interest the whole way through. And I've been playing Tearaway longer than I've been playing Assassin's Creed. So,
Right.
I still like what Assassin's Creed is doing, but I think I'm gonna have trouble getting through that entire thing.
And those are
I
the
have a
only two
feeling.
things that you've been playing, right?
Those are the only two
right.
things I'm playing right now. Yeah.
We gotta get you something different.
I'm gonna get something. You know what? I'm hoping PlayStation Plus updates with DMC and
Did you ever play
and
Bioshock
Brothers.
Infinite? You
Yeah, I beat Bioshock Infinite. So next week, if that comes, I'll be playing either DMC or Brothers for
Cool.
sure. That's definitely
Brothers
gonna
looks
happen.
really interesting.
Yes. So
Cool.
that's me. Go ahead.
So, I feel bad
Why?
because like Nintendo hasn't been doing anything.
Okay.
Like,
Don't
what
talk
are we-
bad about them.
Well, I mean, like, what are we waiting for? Like, I feel like they just keep dropping the ball.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
No, I do. I feel like this year has been pretty lame as far as games go overall. The Wii U had a bunch of horrible games, or
Okay.
games that were just repeats or ports or anything
Okay.
like that. In 2014, the only forecast we have is Donkey Kong Country, the new
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers, and possibly Mario Kart. If they
Yes, I
come
think
out.
Mario Kart too. Yeah.
So I mean, we have 3 games that we're waiting on. We have heard nothing from Metroid. So Nintendo is really just dropping the ball, and they have absolutely nothing that is worth playing at all whatsoever. Like nothing that they have is actually worth
I'm calling your bluff.
sitting down and actually getting into it. And oh my god, I have a fucking 2DS. the worst thing that Nintendo has ever done. Is actually not.
Is it
worst
really
thing
that
Nintendo- No, it's not. And that's actually why I kind of wanted to do
Yes,
that.
in comparison to 3DS, it doesn't really make any sense, but...
Right, it doesn't, but at the same time, it's awesome. It's actually not, so here, I'm going to actually let you hold it.
Okay.
So, hold it the right way. It's not, it's clunky, but play it for a minute. Now, I'm actually, so what I've been playing this past week...
I gotta say, right off the bat, this feels weird.
It does,
I
but
don't like
play
it.
it for a few minutes. While I'm talking, why don't you sit there and play? Just walk
Okay.
around. I don't think you're gonna, I saved it, so it doesn't really matter. I've been playing Pokemon Y. I caved in, I finally got it. I am all for Nintendo, actually, and I want them to succeed, and the 3DS...
I'm gonna say right now, I don't like that you can only run in 8 directions.
Huh?
You can only move in 8 directions. It's like diagonal, up, down,
Dude,
left, right.
when was the last time you played Pokemon?
God, red, blue. I mean,
Right. So, and okay, that's perfect. You can move 4 different directions: up, down, left, and right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is
so they've
3D
improved
now.
it. But the cool thing with this, I mean, I love Pokemon Y, and I didn't want to actually. I want to do a game review. I want to actually add this to one of my best of the year. I haven't played Pokemon in a while, and I know they've been getting a lot because it's basically repetitive over and over again. But the 3DS system with its enhanced abilities actually have made it so that you can see it actually can do a 3D world.
He's skating.
Yeah, he has
roller skates.
He has roller skates right from the beginning.
That's awesome.
So you actually don't have to take 15 hours just to get from...
Okay, see, now that I'm outside the world, he can move in any direction.
Actually, I
Okay,
want
cool.
you to go up to the top of the thing. I think there's something up there. No, there's not. I'm going to start off with Pokemon Y. I've been playing it, and it's awesome. You start out, and you have these enhanced 3D graphics, where in a normal Pokemon game, if anybody hasn't played the Y yet, a Pokemon, red and blue, or yellow, or any of the
Crystal,
other games,
Diamond,
you all of a sudden
Emerald.
just start out in your room, overseeing yourself, in your bedroom. And in this one, it starts out, you just see this little, it's called a fletchling. It's this little tiny...
A fleshlight? What?
Fletchling, I think it's called. And it flies into your bedroom and wakes you up. But it's all 3D graphics, so it looks like a Pokemon cartoon. It actually looks like a nicer Pokemon cartoon, so it's 3D from the get-go. So you can already tell that there's something different with it. You have remember how before it was the, I think it was the Super Nintendo or the N64 in your bedroom that was hooked up to your TV, and this one it's a Wii U. So they go on with the same traditions and everything like that, but, I mean, the character models you can see are different. Try and go into the grass and see if you can get into a Pokemon battle. So I want you to see this, actually.
I'm in a Pokemon battle.
Sweet. And you should be fine with whatever you have in there. If not, it doesn't really matter.
I am facing Slowpoke.
I've never... Catch it! No, wait, yes, catch it. Catch it.
I
And if you don't
have
catch
no idea what I'm doing.
it- well, then just guess.
Okay, I'm using Floette. That must be a new Pokemon. I never heard of Floette.
Yeah, so they added a new Pokemon type, and that's what was the big one for this. They added Fairy type.
She only comes once a month?
You're done.
not
You're
go
flagged.
there.
You're flagged. No, okay. So actually, I want you to fight it, and so I want you to see the new
Adult chat.
Pokemon battles. Just do I guess Razor Leaf or something like that.
Okay.
And so
Okay, let me just say, I really dislike the directional pad placement. Like, this is awkward.
It
I
is
feel
a
like
little bit.
it's digging into my palms. Like, this sucks.
Right, and I agree. And so I only got the 2DS just because of the price. I'm going to be honest with you. It was cheap enough for me to actually get it. It was I think it was like an extra $30, $40 off.
What are you playing?
Pokemon.
Pokemon Y. If anybody didn't hear, we're playing Pokemon Y. Or that's what I have been playing, like late afternoon. I think I came home at like 3 o'clock or something like that. But I put in. I mean, I have all 6 of my Pokemon at level 34. I put enough time in this. I'm already at. I got 3 gym badges already. So I put a ton of time.
Now, do I want to kill this guy? Or do I want to try and capture him? How do I...
You want to catch it, so you want to wound it as much as you can, and then throw it
Without killing it?
Without killing it. Have you really? You haven't played.
It's been
Pokemon
a
game.
really, really long time. I
So-
played Red Blue when I was, what, like 10? It was a long time ago.
Was it really? Wow.
That was like Game Boy Color,
It was
right?
like 5th grade, wasn't it? Yeah. Shit. So, but they I mean, the monster battles, the battles inside the game were pretty good.
I'm trying to figure out how to capture him.
Okay, so you go to bag
Okay.
and go to
Pokeballs.
Pokeballs and just use a regular Pokeball.
Down at the bottom here.
Yep, and use it.
If I capture this thing, am I helping you out here?
Yes, because I just want to. Okay, I haven't caught one yet.
I got you a Slowpoke.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, it's not in yet. And I just got a Slowpoke. All right, and apparently that's what I do every single time I get a new Pokemon. I just stand up and. But no, it's
awesome.
overall. But so you see the improvements that I've made from the.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been like, yeah, I would hope since Red Blue.
Right, and it's been times coming, but I wish I could show you the one town. Do you remember those 3D images that you saw online? I didn't know it was for this game. The 3D images that you saw of the Pokemon trainer in the town?
Yeah.
Were actually from this game.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go into the town and you actually see it like that. So the graphics have been,
This is the first 3D Pokemon,
it's the
right?
first 3D Pokemon.
Yeah.
Overall, it feels great. The new additions that they made, not only the new Pokemon, the new types, but the new, the way you hold items. Because I didn't play Black, and apparently that's when they added it.
How do you put this to sleep?
There's actually a little tab at the bottom. You just slide it over. Yep, and it sleeps. But so that's what I've been playing. So for the next little while, I'll be able to actually play and talk about other games. Not only the Pokemon ones, but Link Between Worlds. I actually want to talk about at some point.
Oh yeah, you can actually get that.
I can actually get that.
Oh man.
And a bunch of other ones I missed out on.
Super Mario.
Preston.
3D Land.
So Ghost,
What?
he met someone in this room that he knows, and he's like, Alex? And they reunited, it seems.
That's cool.
Now we're bringing people together.
As world's strongest gamer.
World's strongest gamer. Cool. Alrighty.
Alright,
Moving
but anyway, but yeah, so that's what I've been playing. So
Yeah, that's been our what you've been playing.
Cool.
From there, I think we'll probably do your blast from the past, right?
awesome.
Blast.
You want to play the song? Because this is one that people might be able to.
They might guess. I'm hoping that they do because no one's
that
guessed that
the
yet.
one? I think-
Why am I the only one that seems to be doing Blast
I'll
from the
turn
Past?
back on the Bluetooth speaker so it's nice and loud.
No, my foot is exposed.
Oh no.
No, people say
No,
weird
people
things about
say,
me.
yeah, they really go into
Say
that.
weird
I actually don't
things
know how
about me.
comfortable I would be about this.
Yeah, cover my
Alright,
foot.
I'm hiding her foot. Say goodbye to foot.
Alright.
Alright, so gonna play some music from a certain title that we're hoping you can guess. Yes.
Let it play for like a minute. There's some delay
Okay.
over there, so
Some
give
delay.
them a chance to answer.
Actually, I'll play the second one. This is a little more.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, the dog is scared.
a little abrasive. What's awesome about this is I can hear the dialogue.
Yes.
I can hear the names. Not just brings me back, but I can hear the scene unfolding.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
The puppy's scared.
Oh, the music? So what we're doing here is we're trying to see if anyone can guess what game this is from.
You can go to a different one. Go to a different one. See if anyone can pick it up with another one too. So
LA Noir?
no.
Oh.
Two guesses are on.
Right. Good- I mean, a smart idea as far as
Good guess, but no.
the timing, I guess you could say from.
Death Zelda.
This would be the best Zelda soundtrack ever.
I'm off you too. People are definitely trying to grab onto that
Yep.
era. It's not.
I mean, they didn't.
It's older than that. This is a blast from the past.
Yeah, so this is actually really old, actually. Now I think.
Want to give some hints?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. The character's first name is Manny.
Okay. Character's first name is Manny.
Manny Calavera.
It's done by a studio that has since been shut down.
Yes. We actually talked about them recently. The whole game, it has a very Casablanca feel to it. That whole style, like a noir type movie, neo noir movie.
I'm not letting us say this one. We're just gonna keep giving hints until someone gets it.
Yep. You have to save, or you have to get to a princess style.
That's
Yes,
good. That's
yes.
good. You're getting close.
It's not the right name though. Can you tell me the right name of the game? Not Handy Manny. I do no. But Exoil is. I think he knows what it is. I think he knows the game. He just can't remember what the game's name actually is. So you are right. Yes. There we go.
Yay!
Woo! Fandango.
Grim Fandango.
No, you got it.
No,
That's
you
good.
got it. You got it. You're good. You're good. So, Grim Fandango is the name of the game. Awesome game. Awesome game. I'm glad it actually was brought up last week. It's not open world. So, I actually like the music for this.
The game was done by LucasArts and with Tim
By?
Schafer
Yes, it
as
is.
the main guy. And we talked about Broken Age not too long ago as his next big game that's coming.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you talk about it. This is your blast from the past.
I love this game, man.
Does
I
Axel
remember-
get anything? Sorry to interrupt.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry.
We actually
Way to make it awkward.
Right. Way to go, Kristen. Thank you.
What? Just give him a shout out then.
We did. Shout out. Yeah,
We said it like his name like 18 times.
Shout out X-Oil.
Yeah. Sorry.
Young? How am I too young for Graham?
Yeah.
How old do you think I
How old do you
am?
think we are?
Right.
I don't think so.
Right. Actually, that's.
Yeah, we're not too young for Grim
Look,
Fandango.
are you feeling your beer because you're trying to make sure that you look old enough to play this game?
Yeah.
Is that what you just did?
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, you know what, and I agree with that, and that's actually one of the things I was talking about with Drew. Is I feel like for Blast from the Past, from now on, we got to try to go back and play the games that were, you
Yeah.
know,
If we
coming
can,
out, if we
yeah.
can. And this is one of the ones we can. You can actually get it on your computer easily. But it's such a good game. Basically, the game is set in the Netherworld. And you are playing Manny Calavera, and you are the Grim Reaper. And it's funny because the direction that Tim Schafer took on that was, you know, Grim Reaper is thought of to be this big badass and everything like that. And, you know, he wanted to be like, you know, what if the job wasn't all that glamorous?
Yeah.
You know, and the thing I read, it was basically saying, he's like, I just want to, you know, have this guy basically be working just to punch a clock in and out. He's basically just a glorified taxi driver.
Yeah.
He goes, takes their souls and brings them back. And you play during the Day of the Dead, which is like an Aztecian
But doesn't it cover like years?
belief. It does cover quite a few years. You have to basically you get this soul that we weren't supposed to get, and you feel bad about it, and they were given this crap ticket, and it's basically this whole conspiracy cover up, and it's this whole intricate storyline. But really, what keeps it going is the dialogue. And one of my favorite quotes is just a little simplistic thing. It's a puzzle game. It's an adventure game. You walk around and you have to get different things, and so you go down to the beginning of the game. You go down to the Day of the Dead celebration. And you see this balloon vendor, so you can have him make you a balloon. You can pick 3 different ones, like a snake and something else. And one of them is, can you do Robert Frost? And the guy's like, oh, trying to stump me, and he actually makes a silhouette of Robert Frost's face with smoking a pipe. And so you have to go up to a roof, and you have to basically get these pigeons to get out of the way. And one of the things, you don't know how to do it exactly. So one of the things you do is you have this balloon in your hand, you equip it, and if you just shake it at him, it's obviously the wrong thing. But he goes, "Run, you pigeons! It's Robert Frost!" And it's like one of those things that I remember just because it was so random and out there, but I loved it. But the game is difficult, fun,
I never played
intricate. You would love it. I
But
think
it
you would.
sounds like Monkey Island kind of to me.
It predecessed Monkey Island.
Yeah.
It actually was the game that made the engine that Monkey Island was run off.
Okay.
So it was such a good game. If anybody out there has you can probably beat it within a weekend if you actually put your time into it. It's a puzzle game. It's tough. You're probably going to need a strategy guide or something like that you can find for it because it was difficult. Me and Pat played the crap out of it.
Yeah, I know Pat's a big fan of that. But
I got Pat into
yeah,
it.
I mean, Tim Schafer went on to do Psychonauts. When
He actually
created Double
immediately
Fine.
left. Yeah, he left LucasArts because a bunch of crap happened with the game and development, and so he was done with LucasArts. He made Double Fine and made Psychonauts immediately afterwards.
Yeah, and then since then he's done a few things. He did oh god, he was
I mean, most
the one with
recently
Jack
he did
Black.
Brutal Legend. Actually,
Brutal
his most
Legend.
recent game was a game he did, Sesame Street for the Kinect.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Once
Yeah,
Upon a Monster.
and then next he's working, as I said, he's working on Broken Age, which I think was one of the more exciting announcements at VGX as well.
Right.
Has Elijah Wood voicing the main character.
Right.
So that's our blast from the past from
Awesome.
this
I'm
week.
glad someone got it. I
Does
think
anyone
it's
play
the first week.
Neverhood?
No, people have gotten it before.
No, how did they have?
Anyone play Neverhood?
No one got it before.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. No one's got it.
I thought it's gonna be.
Remember we thought Dan did.
Bye, World's
Oh,
Strongest
yeah.
Gamer. Thanks for joining.
See, what's now if Jamie Station 4 streams, then I'll give you guys a shout out. Oh, Jamie Station, okay. I've seen Jamie Station before.
Okay, awesome. Anyway,
I have a feeling we're probably losing a lot of views to that one stream that's out there right now with just the 4 girls just on. That's it. It's just 4 girls.
yeah,
Doesn't take much.
no, but I think it's on Ustream though. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it doesn't matter. People see that on the list,
Right.
as live, and then they grab onto that one. So, do you? Yeah, I mean we do, but not during the show.
Drew's going to be doing that more.
I'm the one with the PS4, so I'm the one that does that. I'll play some Assassin's Creed here and there. I was playing Knack and Resogun. But the thing is, like, I hope Sony adds it eventually the ability to switch to a different game mid-broadcast, because then we could, right now we could be able to jump into something for you guys and play it live. But if I were to do that, you guys would lose the stream, and then we would have to find you again. And go ahead.
We're getting requests for more challenges. Woo!
More challenges. Okay, like the guessing the song, I guess.
Yeah, guessing the song was the challenge.
Wait, does this sound like a
we can
bird
do that.
call?
Point and click.
I'm glad
The guy behind
What are you doing?
Earthworm
Does
Jim.
this sound like a bird call?
No, not at all.
Oh.
You could try though.
We can try to integrate that into the show more. We don't. The problem is we don't have. We try to. I don't like doing just challenge. If you guys like it, that's fine. We didn't want to do a lot of challenges where nothing was rewarded just because we feel.
Yeah, because that already happened once now.
Right. We feel a little guilty now. Thanks, Kristen. But
What?
it's one of those. If you guys want more of it, we'll give you more of what you want. This is your show as much as it is ours. So always.
We're about to get into the area where you guys can call in, though.
Are those
So
all games that are coming out this year?
these are the big games. I'm going to go through these.
There's no
real quick.
way that all of those are just this year. I think they're going to be pushed back.
Some of them might, but okay. So our topic of the week is the most anticipated games of 2014, and to fill you guys in, and also us to give us a reminder, I wanted to go through the year of 2014 and what will probably come out this year. Some of these might miss, but I think a lot of these are going to hit this year. So here we go. We've got The Division, Watch Dogs, Mirror's Edge 2, Infamous Second Son. Looking forward to that. The Order 1886. Looking forward to that. MLB 14 The Show, Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, Metal Gear Solid
We'll just
5.
run down the list.
Yeah, I want to pop these all off real quick. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Mad Max. This is an indie title, Transistor, Dying Light. I didn't think you're interested in that.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. Then you got Mario Kart 8 and Donkey Kong Country. We talked about those. And Bayonetta 2. That's another Wii U one coming this year. You got Star Wars Battlefront. That's exciting. You
It's not
got.
going to come this year, though.
I think this probably won't come this year either. But Beyond Good and Evil 2, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 2.
In the works, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
This is one that was announced a while ago. Fortnite. Where's that?
I was psyched for that. Remember we were talking about it?
Maybe that'll be this year. Broken Age, Tim Schafer working on that.
Maybe that got reread as Thrown Together.
Yeah, maybe. The Walking Dead Season 2 will continue on. The Wolf Among Us will continue on. Game of Thrones from Telltale will begin. Tales from the Borderlands will also begin.
Woo!
Then you've got Octodad, Deadliest Catch. That sounds ridiculous, but
Have you played the demo yet?
no. There's a demo?
Yeah, at GameStop, there's a demo.
Oh, I need to play this. I hear it's so funny.
Go to GameStop, there's a demo for it. It's so weird.
That's actually a cult game right now that people are really excited about. Then you got DayZ. Is that already
It's a
out?
standalone. No, the
Standalone.
standalone version of DayZ is going to come out this year.
Okay. No Man's Sky. We talked about that. Hopefully, what's their name? I can't think of the name of the studio.
Hello
behind
Games.
it. Hello Games. Hopefully they get back on their feet. You got The Evil Within, Titanfall, Halo 5, Destiny, The Elder Scrolls Online, EverQuest Next, Strider, The Witness, The Crew, Drive Club, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Dragon Age 3, Inquisition, which could be good, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 14 for the PS4, Final Fantasy 15, I don't think will come this year, but maybe. Thief, Dark Souls 2, South Park, The Stick of Truth, and finally The Sims 4. So those are a lot of the big...
That was the most exciting part of our show tonight, guys. Thank you for staying with us. That's what we're going to end with. No.
Now, we've reminded a lot of people of what's coming next year,
Oh,
so that
God.
when they call in, now they have a little bit of a reminder of what's coming next
We
year.
didn't do any calls yet tonight. Did you realize that?
Yeah, we're going to start up with this. Now, we haven't done a lot of people, first
I'd
of all.
like to know what that
So?
thing is right there.
What thing is
This is?
Yeah.
This is a 2DS.
That's what we were just talking
He
about
showed it
for
off.
like 10 minutes.
Sorry.
If you want to try it out, it's a... Pokemon's on there.
I don't know. I don't want to play.
Okay.
Next week I'll bring Mario over so you can
Okay.
play Mario.
There you go. But okay, let's talk about what excites us here.
March is going to be a low money month. What's coming? Well, it's different for you over there. So what's
In
coming out
Sweden.
for March?
He's
For them.
Sweden.
Oh God, I'm
For,
sorry.
For us, it is going to be a big.
I'm talking U.S. here. I don't really know what's coming out. Otherwise,
He might know. He might be actually. On
Yeah, if you want to list them off a little bit there, but
area, but-
but off of what I just named, what stuck out to you?
I mean, I've been talking about nonstop Destiny.
Destiny,
Destiny. All I hear, you say every game, and all I hear is Destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, there's
and
a
there's a
lot.
lot of games on there that I think we all thought, like Watch Dogs and Infamous, that I forgot were coming out this year, just because we all assumed that they were going to be launch titles with the new systems.
Yeah,
You know, so, but you brought up a good one. Fortnite was one that I forgot.
Yep.
That was actually looking interesting. And I'd be surprised now if I thought it was going to be an arcade game.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd be surprised at this point if it is an arcade game, if it's not just a full-fledged,
Sure.
you know, game itself. But there's a lot. I mean, the District looks really good. If that does, I'm going to tell you right
Division, you
now.
mean.
I'm going
The
to
Division,
guarantee
right?
that half of the games on there are going to be delayed.
what's the district? Do you mean the division?
The Division. What did
Yeah,
I say?
okay. You said the district.
I did it last week too. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
Watch Dogs I think is one of the earliest ones though, right?
The
Or is-
earliest? No. The first game coming out this year that you had on that list, besides like the obvious, there's so many other ones that are coming out later this month, is going to be Infamous. That's in
Infamous is
February.
early. I think Titanfall's pretty early too.
Titanfall is March 11th.
I think Drive Club's
Infamous
early.
is February 28th. Drive Club, I think, is like March or May. March or April, I mean.
Okay.
Watch Dogs is actually not till the end of quarter 2.
Okay.
So not till like June 30th or something like that.
Octodad might be pretty early.
Octodad might be earlier, but I don't think so. There's a lot of games coming out. This whole year, if all these games do come out, this whole year is going to bankrupt people like Ghosts, who probably it seems like he's like one of those people. And Peter's still watching. He's going to be one of those people. These are the guys that get every game that comes out or every decent one. And no, I've never smoked meth.
Don't acknowledge that.
I heard it's great. But it's one of those things where it's going to bankrupt you if you get every single one. But I'm going to guarantee you, out of those lists, I'm going to say The Division, The Order, possibly South Park, and a few other ones on there are going to get delayed until 2015.
Most exciting for me, if I were to go down the list, I would say, and I don't think this is going to come next year, Final Fantasy 15 is my most exciting game for me.
Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, definitely. After that, it's probably Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
I know that's going to be your big one. I'm surprised that's not number one. I think Final Fantasy is not going to be until at least 2015.
Yeah, which is why probably Metal Gear Solid
15.
5.
How can you not, like... I'll tell you right now, 5, 15, 15.
Sure, maybe.
Come on.
But I think they could get it out this year, but I just don't think they will. After that, Metal Gear Solid 5 is probably my biggest game. But then Infamous, I'm really, really excited for Infamous, and E-Order. I don't know which one I'm more excited for there, The Order or... And the thing is, like, maybe I shouldn't be so excited for The Order. It's not done by a studio that I really am that attached to, but Ready at Dawn, who did a few of the God of War titles.
They did the small ones for the
for PSP, but then they also did Siphon Filter for PSP.
Olympus of Chains? What kind of game would that be?
But that excites me, that game.
Are they working on a new Fallout?
I think that they are.
I'm sure they are, but
I don't think
know
it'll be this
there's
year.
rights issues with that whole series, so I know that's what's probably holding out.
The rumors are that it's going to take place in Boston, Massachusetts. Otherwise, I don't think anyone knows anything about it. But I don't think it'll be this year. There's a possibility if it gets announced very soon that it could be this year, but probably not.
Right.
What else on here? For Xbox, I think Quantum Break looks really exciting.
The more everything like comes out for that, the more interested in it I am.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's
like,
what
at first I was
so.
like, okay, this could be really good, but there's other games that look just as good and never do anything.
I'm just curious about the whole TV.
What do you think of South Park? South Park is releasing supposedly, I think, like March 28th.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's not on next gen, right? It's only
No, it's only on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea. It's gonna be funny, I'm sure.
It's gonna be. I think
it's an RPG. I love RPGs. I'll wait for reviews on that. I don't know. It's.
I have so remember how I have like that weird obsession with Costume Quest?
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be just like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't know if I like that because Costume Quest is a phenomenal game. Those of you who haven't played it, next October comes around, next September, download it, play it. Don't play it right now. It's kind of weird. It's just happened to be Christmas just a couple weeks ago, but it's definitely puts you in the mood for. But it's a good RPG. It's just fun. It's a good. I think it's like $15 for a downloadable title. But I feel like it's going to be just like that.
For someone asking what is this, I don't know for sure what that question means, but this is the Level Up Show. This is our 6th episode. We've been doing this for a little while now, and we just talk games. This is a general gaming video cast. We discuss a lot of PS4 just because that's what this is on, but we try to discuss everything. If you want to follow us, Mark's going to kind of put some of our information out there, but we're on Twitter, Facebook on Twitter. We're at The Level Up Show. That's level spelled LVL. And on Facebook, we are facebook.com/The Level Up Show. You can also visit our blog spot for a few articles and reviews that go up here and there. That's thelevelupshow.blogspot.com.
Cool.
And we also have a YouTube channel that just got created where we have our podcasts from like 3 weeks. And then we're also, I think, we're not sure, we have a little video camera down here recording us right now. We might put up a video cast of this episode.
I would say for those of you that have been loyal so far, I want to say first thank you, but honestly, if you guys enjoy us, we have, for those that don't know, we actually started as filmmakers a little bit away. Me and him.
Just like amateur, group stuff, yeah.
Let's not short ourselves. We won an award.
Yeah, we did.
We won stuff. So, we're decent at it, and I want to get back into that. And I have some ideas, and I've been floating around with some different people. Okay. So there might be some new stuff developed for that. So
I think, if we were to try to do a goal of the way to use the YouTube channel, it would be to do a lot of video stuff. Just video reviews, just video conversations, short ones, like little 2, 3, 5 minute segments, and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
You should tell everyone the link to your Final Fantasy video.
That's on my YouTube.
It's on the
That's
YouTube.
on my personal
And
YouTube.
he won an award for it too.
Yeah, I did.
At a what was it? A video?
It was at MechaCon.
Well, you didn't win it as much as.
So
That's a weird story. Should I even go into that?
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no.
interesting story.
We'll go into it later. We'll go into it later.
no, do it now. Do it now.
Okay. All right.
Why
So
don't we hold the board up? We haven't taken any calls at all tonight.
Okay.
These guys probably want to talk.
I'll talk about my experience with.
We'll talk about. That's why I wanted him to do it.
Theft
Because
later.
I thought we're gonna get a call right away. We're gonna take some calls for once. Finally, for the first time tonight.
I gotta open up the
That's
line.
been
Hold on
late.
one second.
That's Mark.
I'm gonna open up the
Christ,
line.
Kristen.
He ate it too.
What?
You just devour this whole thing.
Alrighty, hold on one second.
Right?
I'm just opening up the
Oh my
line.
God, Kristen.
She
In
eats
one
that
sitting?
kind of stuff.
No, he ate all of it. He ate all the pretzels. I just ate the chocolate.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that sounds so much healthier.
The line has been
It
opened.
look like I need to.
We want to hear about your most anticipated games of 2014.
Yes. Or
There's a
anything.
lot
We talked
coming this
about
year.
a lot. We talked about.
Yeah, we talked about a lot, but
Yeah,
most of all.
mostly we want to hear about the most anticipated. What you think is going to happen. What you think
It's
is going
free.
to
You
come.
can, oh, not if it's in another country.
But yeah, give us a call. But anyway, so while we're waiting, Drew, go into Drew made for those of you that do add his YouTube account. Drew actually made a compilation.
Final Fantasy
video to the song by 30 Seconds to Mars.
This is War. It's one of those typical just anime music videos.
You know what's actually really cool about it? If you go to YouTube right now and type in "This Is War" in the search, it's video number 3.
Yeah.
It's video number 3.
I'm not
That's a
gonna
pretty
lie.
high-
It has a lot of views. It's really surprising.
I think it's actually pretty close to 5 million views. at
Yeah,
this
it is
point.
close to
I
5
think it's like
million.
last I checked, it was like 4.8
It just took
million.
off for some reason.
Yeah, and people like it, so it's good. But anyway,
The
go
story
over
is
what
interesting.
happened.
The story is what's interesting about it. So I had this video up for maybe a year at that point, and it accrued like 1 million views by that point, maybe. And I couldn't believe it. Once I hit 1 million, I went nuts. I was like, wow, I have a video on YouTube that hit 1 million views. I never expected this, because I had a few other videos as well that were like 30,000 and stuff like that. So then, when I started getting around there, I was getting like a lot of comments, and I would actually read all the comments back then just because it was exciting. And then finally, I started getting these comments like, "Congrats, man! Congrats on winning MechaCon for best action video, I think it was." And I was just like, "Whoa! Like, I won an award! Like, this is awesome!"
I remember you came over to my house. I think you either called me or
Yeah.
came over and told me. I think it was, or
So I had no idea what MechaCon was. So immediately I look into MechaCon, I look into their thing, and I realize like you have to enter into this. This is like something you enter into. It's not
Right.
just like something where they go online and like search out videos and award it or whatever. This is like a convention where they have a music video like contest during it, and a lot of people enter and they give awards.
Right.
So I was like, well, that's really weird. Maybe someone took my video and just entered it for me, which is weird already.
Right, which is kind of
This is already
whatever. Hey,
it's already wrong. Like
Right.
you know, like you
Yeah,
shouldn't
no,
do that. But I was
anyway.
just like, okay, maybe this happens. So I went on the forums. They had like a message board there, and I was like, all right, let me figure what's going on here. So I went on there, and I was like, hey, you know, like I created a video called "This Is War," and I got a comment on my YouTube channel for the video now that tells me I won an award. Like, I was like, I'm just curious, like, what happened here? Like, did I get entered into this by someone else? Like, is this
Right.
award to mean anything? Like, should I expect something? And then I entered the YouTube link into the message board, and then all of a sudden, all the comments after it were just like the smiley faces and stuff. Like, oh my god, this is like exactly the same as the video that was entered. And right off the bat, I was like, so it's not the exact same video. It's like, no, but it's like really close to the video that was entered.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this sounds bad. I was
Right.
like, this is a bad sign. I was like, well, could I maybe talk to the person who entered the video? And it turns out that she came on later.
Right.
And she just immedially went into
she
like
got right into defensive mode, right?
panic mode.
Right.
Like she was like, "Oh my god, no, I swear, I did not steal anything." Oh, okay, I'll pause there. I'll continue the story in a second. Welcome to the Level Up Show. You are live. We're talking about the most anticipated games of 2014. Do you want to share? Go ahead.
Great. Hello?
Are you still there?
Okay. Apparently not.
He was very shy.
He was extremely shy.
He was just like, yes.
Right.
Maybe I did.
We're not that intimidating. We promise. We don't bite.
Yeah, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be about the most anticipated games, but that's kind of what our
Start
topic
yelling
is.
at them when they get on the phone.
I yelled at them.
Yeah. You yelled like 8,000 words in like a matter
I was
of
like, "Welcome to the Level Up
Yeah, because
Show."
that doesn't give him a chance to troll if you like say something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
That's fine.
break the tension. I don't know. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about.
Oh, man.
All right, so the girl comes on and she just immediately goes into panic mode, and she's like, "I've been on here for years. You guys know me. I would never do this. I don't steal. Like this is my video. I made this. I worked on months doing this."
Did she have a friend or something
People
like
can
that?
vouch for me, and a lot of people started coming in and
It
vouching
wasn't
for
like a
her.
lot of people, right? I think it was like
It was like three or four.
I was gonna say, like 3 people.
Like 3 or 4 of her friends came in and said, "No, I watched her making this video. Like
I'm sure you
she's been
did.
working on this
I'm
for
sure
months."
you watched her have one computer with your video and another computer where she was making it.
I think it turns out these guys are just completely covering for her.
Right.
But so eventually we started gathering the attention of the committee.
Right.
That runs this convention, specifically ran the contest. And they shut down the thread and said this is something that should be dealt with between the two parties and us.
Right.
So we shut down the thread and we started doing private messaging with one of the committee members. And I was just like, I don't want to cause too much trouble here. Like, I don't want her to be banned or anything like this.
Right.
I just this is if this is what I think it might be, this is a big deal.
Right.
And especially because in one of the message board posts, she posted that she's a video student. Like
Right.
she's going to
Right.
college for this.
Right. She was
and
like-
if she did plagiarize or whatever you want to call it, steal my content, that's a big deal. Like,
big
you need to know
issue.
now this is
Right.
a big deal and learn your lesson. I was like, so I just want to clear this up and find out what's going on. So
Cool.
pause.
Got a call.
Moving on to another call. Welcome to the Level Up Show. You're live. How you doing?
Come on to see you guys sell games, good ones, like Atari and PS2.
Do we play old games? I mean, retro titles.
Yeah,
I think
I'll get it.
That's in Chinese. How did he?
Yes, we are.
I'm having trouble understanding, to be honest, but let me just stop you there and just talk about some of our retro games that we're into. I'm just gonna mute you for a second. Sorry. I'm just gonna say he wants to learn about retro games that we've been.
we've played and stuff like that. I mean, I've played a ton of them.
Am I
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before. I don't want to go too much into it, but the oldest system I had was TurboGrafx, and
What was the oldest game you played? What is the old number?
the first game I ever played was Bonk's Adventure, and I talked about that
That's the
before.
oldest game you played.
That's the first game I ever played.
No, the first game, the oldest game.
Oldest game.
You never played like Centipede or Asteroid or
Like
Pitfall
back on
or,
emulators and stuff.
Pitfall?
I played Pac-Man and
Dude,
whatnot.
I played a lot of those on the actual systems, like
Yeah.
Atari and everything like that. My uncle still had one,
Yeah.
and I played it on there. It's interesting. It's completely different.
But
than
yeah, I don't really go back and play really old retro stuff. But I'll do some emulators here and there, and I'll play the old classics. I played all the old Final Fantasies, all the old Marios and whatnot. But yeah, I don't want to go on this too long. What do you have any retro game? What was your
I have retro games.
yeah, I know
Retro
you do,
games?
which is Mario. That's about it. But
No,
what was,
I used to play Pac-Man.
okay.
I played Pac-Man, which was really fun.
Yeah, I know. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Ghost asked if we play World of Warcraft.
No, I don't. Be honest with you, I don't play World of Warcraft.
I don't play World of Warcraft. I
Never got into MMOs.
I just never got Elder Scrolls though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That
Maybe
was
the
good.
first. You have the ability to do it now. You have two
And Final
abilities
Fantasy
to do it.
14. I might try out Final Fantasy 14, but typically I don't. But let's go back into the story I was talking about. So we're talking privately in private message with the committee member now, and they took my direct download of my video, and they still had hers, I guess, just on one file.
And apparently did a frame.
And they did a frame-to-frame comparison.
Right.
They made it as like a wide video showing the two running side by side, and they sent it back to me.
Right.
For me, and I have it saved still because I think it's hilarious.
I want to watch this again. after we're
Yeah,
done.
it's always
I wanna
worth
watch
it's
this again.
hilarious.
It'll be great.
So they determined, based off of the two videos side by side,
Road Truck
that she
Simulator,
had
yeah.
copied 4 minutes and 40 seconds of a 5-minute video.
Right.
Like, there's 20 seconds of original content in her video. So, pretty much she lost
Right.
this one.
Right.
I never spoke to her again, really, after that. There was a little bit of time after that where she just started, going nuts on me on YouTube.
Right, she,
trying to
started
call me a
blowing it up.
bully and trying to, get people against me and
Remember
whatnot. Eventually, she gave up. But I don't think she learned her lesson, which is the worst part. But
No.
she was, and then it turns out after that, a lot of people came out afterwards and said this wasn't the first time that she did that.
Really.
It wasn't.
Never
It
thought
wasn't
that.
quite as blatant, but
Right.
but she had people saying things about her before that she had taken things, and she never got caught
Right.
or anything like that. But people came out saying this is my content to her before the year
Right.
before. So what happened to her? She was banned from the convention for
Right.
1 year.
Right.
The next year she wasn't able to join.
Right.
and be a part of the convention. And she was somebody that went to the
Every
convention.
year. Right.
She should go to jail.
No, I don't know about that. But I hope she learned her
harsh.
lesson because she was a video student.
Right.
Okay.
I have tolerance for people like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on the Level Up Show. What's going on? Apparently they didn't want to talk as much as they thought.
This is why we weren't taking calls.
What's going on, guys?
No one wants to talk to us.
I thought this was like an integral part of the show.
Yeah.
We were getting. Remember when we the first 2 episodes we got yelled at because we weren't taking enough calls. And now
Yeah.
We're trying to take calls and no one wants to call in. What's going on?
Guys block YOLO. I guess he wants us to block the word YOLO.
We know, because he was being inappropriate.
Oh, there's a person named YOLO. Okay.
Yeah. And he's sick enough for me, so he's
Cool.
nice.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you, Squid.
We have fans.
Squid his hand. That's an interesting name.
Apparently, we bit. When I said we don't bite when we call, apparently I bit his hand off.
Oh.
So I'm guessing. I mean, maybe his hand's a squid now or something.
Okay, so here we go. We'll try again.
I have a bad touch. You go ahead.
Hey, welcome to the Level Up Show. You are live. Hey, we're talking about our most anticipated games of 2014. Do you want to share yours?
Mine would probably be The Division.
The Division.
Is
yeah.
this Ghost?
Is this Ghost Games, or we're just kind of wondering, is this Ghost Games?
Probably not.
No, this is different, Court.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Did it sound a little bit?
Yeah,
like
sound a little bit.
Ghost Games?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Yeah, The Division.
That's actually now. Here's my problem with it. This is why I didn't say it's my most anticipated because I don't think it's going to come out in 2014.
Okay.
I honestly feel like it's gonna
Ubisoft
be
does have a
pushed
lot of games coming.
back. Right, they have a lot of stuff coming, and there's. I mean,
Yeah, they
it,
have a lot of games.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big undertaking what they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's your most what makes you so excited for this game? What's getting you so into it?
The Division is
Yeah.
a massive multiplayer shooter that
Right.
has RPG elements.
Right.
Yep.
The way I'm viewing it, actually, the more and more they talk about it, the more and more it seems like it's going to be a combination of a DayZ game, but with squads and more as a shooter than it is a
Yeah.
standalone.
Yeah, and a lot of
survival.
like external peripheral, like iPad apps and whatnot to control whatever.
Yeah, second screen.
Second
Right.
screen, exactly.
So I'm
Now,
actually excited for this when it
yeah,
does come out.
did you see the engine demonstration that was released recently for VGX?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah, that looked
it's
that looked
pretty
wild.
good.
Yeah,
I mean, just the trails in the snow.
Yeah.
and, I mean everything.
the
Just-
weather was, I think, the most impressive part of it. Yeah,
God, it's great.
which this game is kind of very based
You
upon.
can't actually like select the character class. It's kind of just develops over time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for another another trade show, like E3 or something like that, where they show it off. Where they show it off, just because I want to see. I feel like they did an injustice to themselves showing it off the first time.
Yeah.
The first time when they showed it off, I don't know what you felt about it, but I feel like I thought it was more of a shooter. A squad-based shooter than it
Yeah.
is actually. It's more just like really it's a shooter, but it's a survival game. You have to find food and water, and you have to find They said you might be able to drive around, but you probably want to use that gas for other stuff that you need to use.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of very survival. I don't feel like they showed that off very well in the first one. It did good for the gun mechanics, but other than that,
Hey, thanks for calling, man.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate the show.
Okay, thanks.
Cool,
Take
thanks.
care.
You too.
awesome. We had a call. We had a first good call tonight.
Yeah, that
what's
was our
going
first
on?
call.
I'm really annoyed about this.
It's a slow week.
It's a slow
I don't
week.
know. You know what?
Do you, can we get some feedback? While we're, what? Why? Why? Why?
find
Let's take the call.
I'm not happy.
Hey, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Hi, my name's Jake.
Okay, Jake. How
You sound like Justin Bieber.
yeah. How you doing, Jake? Well,
Tell us the feedback.
you are on the Level Up Show. We're talking about the most anticipated games of 2014. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't play video games. I just wanted to shout out my friends Bob and Karen and Kathy.
Okay. Do they watch the show as well?
I do. Yeah, I'm watching your show. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You said you don't play games. Have you ever played like Mario or anything like that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat yourself?
I said you said you don't play games, but you never played like Mario or anything.
Oh, yeah, I played Mario as a kid.
Yeah. Anything
You
else?
sound like you're a kid. How
Like
old are you?
Pac-Man. It sounds like you played Pac-Man.
Oh, I played Pac-Man as a
What's
kid.
going on? Why is this happening?
Okay, thanks for calling, Kristen. Jake, oh, okay.
Are you from State Farm?
Oh, man.
Oh my God! What
All
the
right.
hell
Well,
is
we gotta
going
move on to another call. Thanks
Oh
for calling,
my
Jake.
God,
Next
I
caller.
hate
Next caller.
Is this what we are becoming?
This is what it's turned to.
Is this what it is?
Is that Justin Bieber? She really did sound like
You
Justin
sound
Bieber.
like Justin Bieber.
I was trying to pretend I was Jake.
Jake who?
It was a good try.
We don't know a Jake.
Oh, come on. I was trying to be funny. I was trying to boost morale here.
Oh, man. All right.
Now we have a real caller, Chris.
All right,
we
real
could
caller.
have missed a caller.
We did it, though. We actually did miss a call.
in. So,
All right.
let's see who it is.
I was trying to be serious.
Hey, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Good, yeah?
Doing great. We want to talk about, anticipated games of 2014. Do you want to share anything?
About the upcoming games in 2014?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really looking forward to Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
That was supposed to be a launch title. Why it's 2014, I don't know why, but it looks great. It's like Assassin. It's basically their take on a modern Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Now, do you have a PS4 or an Xbox One?
I got a PS4. I'm watching you right now. I actually have a PS4.
That's
Oh,
great.
cool.
Were you pretty disappointed then that that Watch Dogs was delayed into next year?
What?
It was delayed into next year. Watch Dogs was originally supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Well, you mean 2013.
I'm sorry.
It's delayed into
The new year
2015?
happens.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah, I'm not.
Drew's not paying attention. It was supposed to launch with the system, actually, I think on the 26th of November.
Yeah, in 2013. I'm
this
sorry.
past year. It was supposed to, come out when the system came out, but then they pushed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but then they pushed it back to I think like June of this year.
It would have been pretty sick if it came out in November, though. I wouldn't have to wait so long for it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's a lot of people that actually ordered. They bundled it with the system. There's a bunch of people that ordered the bundle of the game with the system that were really disappointed.
And then they got screwed over. Yeah.
Right.
And then Target had to send out refunds. Yeah.
Again, that's 3 times.
Is there anything else that you're really looking forward to next year or this year? I'm sorry.
No, it's too much Watch Dogs. I don't know. You guys looking forward to anything for 2014?
Are you looking forward to anything?
There we go. How many people you have watching with you? I just want to know.
200 people.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching the show.
So our numbers lie. We have more viewers than
Yeah, so we
really
actually
think.
have 49. Let's make that clear. Thanks for calling.
I know you guys are usually pretty good.
Oh,
There's usually a high count on this.
I know.
Yeah.
Is this,
Everyone's
so this is like your
watching
first time
football.
watching. How many? What's your? Do you comment on the show as
Yeah,
well?
do you have a name on the chat room?
Yeah, it's Christine.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
Thanks so much for watching.
No problem. You guys have a good one.
You
Thanks,
too.
you guys as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, we had 2 legit callers for the night. Woo!
Did you count Jake?
Jake
from State Farm? No, we didn't call
didn't
Jake
say I was
slash
from
Justin
State
Bieber.
Farm.
You sounded like Jake from State
No,
Farm.
she sounded like Justin Bieber.
You really did. You sounded like preview
A
best in
lot
child.
like Justin Bieber.
My
Right.
voice kept changing
It's
though.
getting really
Alright.
cold. Why is it getting cold
I'm
in here?
throwing
The door's
this.
open.
Okay, we need to close that door.
All right, I'll close the door.
Yeah, thank you. It's getting cold down here.
How do you know
I was gonna
it's
say
getting
something. I was
cold?
gonna say something too. I can't remember what it was. I was in the middle of saying something.
Thank you, Christine, for calling in, and thank you for watching us week on week.
Yes.
It's very nice.
Thank you everybody for watching week on week.
Yeah, this is a little disappointing this week.
Hey,
No,
no,
but that's what I wanted to find out. I want to find out what's feedback. Do we like Saturdays? Do we like Sundays? What are we?
I think we need to continue this. I think we might have lost the people that thought we were on Sunday.
Right, I completely agree. And
They just
maybe,
need to find out they
maybe
were on
tomorrow
Saturday.
night if you get a chance. He is destroying that pillow, man. Maybe if you get a chance tomorrow, go on, for a little bit.
Yeah,
at
just
9
say,
o'clock,
yeah.
just to say, hey, listen, we're not having a show. But we want your feedback, if you're in the comments now, or if you want to tell us on Facebook or Twitter, what you guys like. If you like the Saturday ones, or you like the Sunday ones, we're open. We thought Saturdays would be better, but it's not looking like it. It's
Brian, go ahead and call in, man. It's no big deal.
Don't debate. Just do it.
Yeah, just go ahead and call.
jump in. The water's not that deep. What are you doing? You guys can't see this. I don't know what's going on. I
All right.
really don't know what's going on.
There's another guy that said asking if we basically talk games. Yeah, that's basically what we do. We're a game video cast. And
This is Twitch. We cannot do anything but talk games.
Yeah.
If we want to talk movies or pie, we cannot. We're not allowed to.
Yeah.
You weren't there for that, but
No.
we would. I mean, pumpkin, possibly. Maybe that would be
maybe.
the best one.
What's your favorite pie?
What's your favorite pie, Mark?
American.
my favorite pie.
American pie, really?
I honestly love a good apple pie.
Good apple pie.
Good apple pie.
Okay.
I'm traditional. I'm an apple pie or a pumpkin pie guy as
Yeah.
well.
It depends on what mood I'm in. I can go for it.
I don't
What
eat a
is
whole lot of
going
pie.
on?
Hey, let's see if this is Ryan. Hey, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing great, man. What do you want to talk about?
That's good. I'm kind of, since it's a new year, I'm wondering what are y'all most excited about 2014 new PS4 games coming out?
Well, if we're talking games, I would probably say Metal Gear Solid 5.
Right.
That's
I
my-
figure that's coming.
I'm a big Metal Gear guy.
I'm personally looking forward to Destiny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's no surprise. As far as, man, besides games, is there anything that we're really looking forward to?
if they unveil the Vita TV.
Vita TV would be big, and if they do this VR thing, I really want to
Yeah.
see where this is going. I want to see if Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo is going to try and take a stab at that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited for.
What about you, man? What's since it's a new year, like you said, what are you looking forward towards in gaming?
Personally, I'm looking forward to The Evil Within. I'm ready for
Okay.
the next-gen survival horror experience.
Which is weird because there's a lot of people that are like really all about that because it's the Bethesda. You know,
Is it Bethesda?
I think is that the one that's Bethesda?
I'm
That's
not
the
sure.
one that's Bethesda.
I think it's done by
Yeah.
Mikami, right?
Yeah.
Mikami's the
No,
director.
it is. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, it's Bethesda. Yeah, so it's done by Bethesda. There's a lot of people that are all for that, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who are like, I don't know if I like Bethesda doing a horror game. So it looks really. Have you
Well,
seen it?
certainly not Bethesda doing a horror game. It's Resident Evil 4 doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's the Resident Evil 4 guys. Yeah, and it looks dark. I know the live action trailer that I saw. Hold on one sec. You're right there. Sorry, we're having dog problems.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know if you realize this. I'm sorry to take away from the phone call. We started a very vicious pie debate. It looks like on there.
that's-
So
Oh, jeez.
I'm excited to lead to
Is there any other big games you're looking forward to next year besides Evil Within?
Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider for PS4 actually.
Did you get to play it?
On PS3, so I'm looking for. No, I never played it for PS3.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it for PS4.
They completely redid it. From what I understand, they completely redid the character, the visualizations, everything. So I'm actually excited to see. I hope. Are you going to get it?
No, I won't get it. I
No.
played it. I'm done with
We'll
it.
have to let you borrow it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I would
won't
like
say
to
that.
play
It
it,
looks-
but I'm not going to put $60 down towards it.
right.
Yeah, but if you haven't played it, as I think you said you haven't, definitely it's a great game.
Have you heard anything for Destiny yet, or not? You not into that type of stuff?
Actually, yes. I'm looking forward to that.
That's my number one. I feel like that's going to pretty much be a changer for on the PS4 and all and the Xbox One and everything. Just as far as like how shooters are done.
That's no, Titanfall's the first big one.
Planet Side 2. I can't wait for Planet Side 2 to get
That actually looks pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I'm pretty excited.
That's a good list he's got there.
Right.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Well, I'll try not to keep y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
you
You as
too.
well.
Cool. Alright.
Cool. So awesome.
Another good call. The calls that are coming through are good.
Do you want one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Do some more. I mean, we ran lower than we thought
Yeah.
for the night. We had low view count, so we're gonna have to re-examine.
keep letting people know about the Blood of the Werewolf.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Because I don't think we've gotten any tweets.
We haven't gotten any tweets yet. We're gonna
you
give away.
did get a tweet from Xoil actually.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it's-
If you're the only one Xoil, you're getting Blood of the Werewolf. But people that want to have a shot at getting Blood of the Werewolf, follow us on Twitter at the Level Up Show, and there you go, and hashtag Werewolf,
Right.
as Mark just put
For
it
those
in
of
the
you that
chat.
are still in there, we're going to be giving away. We have a very big giveaway, a pretty big giveaway for those PC players out there.
To really tease it, I mean, this is like a $50 giveaway.
Yeah,
next
this
week.
is a big thing. It's exclusive to a couple stores
Yeah.
that you can only get it in.
And-
And it's, I mean, the game itself is taking off pretty well. I think it's still technically in beta status, but it's taking off pretty well. It's interesting. It's not like a huge. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like a huge game. It's not like World of Warcraft, but it's definitely bigger. It's definitely getting up there as a different.
It's a value, at least.
It's a great value that you're gonna get on it. So
And if you want to find us again, we're doing Saturdays from now on. Like,
Yeah,
we're doing
we're gonna do
Saturdays at 10.
Saturdays.
yeah.
Okay.
Another friend request, awesome. Cool. So hopefully this builds up as it did with Sunday. I think we probably have a lot of people that are still expecting us to be on tomorrow.
Right.
I'll go on again tomorrow night at our typical 9:30 on Sunday, and I'll try and let a lot of people know that we're moved to Saturday now at 10. It's easier for us. Yeah, it's a Google number, so don't be afraid to call me. I'm not afraid.
Right.
This is not my personal number. Awesome.
Speaking of,
Last call probably of the night, but let's get. Hey, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Well, thanks for watching, man. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Killzone. How much it sucks.
You think it sucks, yeah?
Yeah, Killzone sucks. I hate that.
Now, are you a fan of the previous ones, or have you never been a fan?
I played this demo.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't like that idea.
You know, yeah, it's the big shooter for PS4, so I can see why you got it. It is a lot
It's a little bit different. It's not what people are expecting, and that's the issue with it. People go into it thinking like a Call of Duty game. And
Yeah, it's not Call of Duty.
Or
It's
Halo.
not even Battlefield.
or
It's,
Halo. People think Halo as well.
Yeah. The thing is, have you played the story mode at all, or
Yeah, I played Spider-Man.
no? What do you think of that? Is it, or do you also just like that as well?
It's boring.
Okay.
But it's not like it doesn't pop out to like Battlefield.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't played Battlefield, but I watched them.
Okay.
So that's the other thing too is you got to play, and if you're looking for a Battlefield game, you get there. It's a completely different genre. Almost.
Yeah.
Like just because it's a shooter doesn't mean it's going to be the same game in itself. You know, the games like Call of Duty and Battlefield go for this really intense, all war all the time type setting, kind of like Black Hawk Down or something like that. And it's more honestly a game that's more drawn out, kind of like Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
where you're actually going through and it takes its time to go through it.
I can't speak too much about it. I played about 2 to 3 hours of it now. What I played of the story, I thought was pretty good. I wasn't blown away. I did like the anti-gravity stuff a little bit. I thought that was pretty neat. But I can't really speak too much about it.
So what games do you like on the PS4?
Yeah, what do you like on PS4?
Right now, I only have Epic
2K looks beautiful.
Right.
That's a great looking game.
Does look really, really good.
Are you impressed by the visuals? Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the most impressive games actually on PS4.
What are you looking forward to coming out this year?
Destiny. Yeah, Destiny. The Destiny's gonna be big.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was kind of pushed back a little bit.
A little farther than what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like a June.
Yeah, it's gonna be more like September,
It's
I'm
gonna be
hearing.
September 9th.
Okay.
The release date. Yep.
So you got a little bit of a wait for that. Hopefully you have another game in between.
I don't know, man. What else is coming out? I'm not sure.
Well, you got for PS4 early next year. You've got Drive Club. You got
Infamous.
You got Infamous Second Son. You'll have what's it called? You'll have Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, which is the prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Right.
You'll have The Order 1886 somewhere in the middle of next year. And then there's going to be some more announced. There's going to be a lot of multi-platform titles, so
Right.
there's stuff to There's stuff to look forward to.
It's this year.
When's Uncharted coming out?
When is what coming out? I'm sorry.
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
They didn't say a date, and I don't think it's going to be honestly very soon.
I think
it's
that's
going to be like
2015.
a 2015 holiday title, like an October release or something.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so you got a little bit of a wait, but hopefully you find something. Thanks for calling, man.
No, no problem.
Take care.
Have a good night, guys.
All right. And then we're going to close down the number.
Right.
Hold on one sec.
So, to those that did call in, thank you.
No prank calls this week.
Weird, right? Well, I think
A lot
the
of
one was
weird.
kind of, but it just hung up.
Yeah, maybe you're too shy to prank us. But yeah, hey, we got to 51.
Woo!
That's
Woo! Sad.
Yeah, it was a sad
The
week.
dog
This
is
is
attacking me.
Now, see, I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. Or what would have happened tomorrow?
Maybe me and Kristen will try and do another show tomorrow night and really try and like drill into people. Like next week is Saturday.
Right.
Maybe we'll do like a short 30-minute.
No, don't make it seem like we don't appreciate.
Oh, we appreciate everyone that was
Appreciate
here.
your 52.
No, we appreciate all.
Oh, well,
52.
yeah. It's not like that, but like, what's her name? Christine?
Christine called and said we usually get more.
Yeah, we usually have more. We do. We usually hover
Around
about
150.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a slow
So,
week. But
really
to
slow.
take that first step, this is the Level Up Show, and we're a gaming video cast. We talk anything gaming, and we might veer off a little bit here and there. But we have a few calls
Talk
in
about pie.
each night. We talk about pie.
What?
Yeah.
You missed it when you were trying to be Justin Bieber. We talked
Let's get
about
that debate going again.
Yeah.
What's your favorite
I saw
pie?
blueberry in there. I think that's a really underrated one.
Blueberry?
Blueberry. I think it's a really
I-
underrated pie.
I'm boring. I like boring pies.
Do you see this, guys?
I'm not. Yeah, we see.
If I smack him.
Ooh, I think you ripped
Oh, he
it.
stopped ripping my
He got it. I heard the rip. He ripped it.
All right.
going
What's next on the list then?
Well,
That
that's
was
it for
That was
for
actually
our
it for the
list. But one last
ran
time,
through
let's
it.
do a little bit of a summary of the all of our stuff. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Blogger, we're on YouTube. And I think Mark will put a lot in there. Final Fantasy for me. Never got into Phantasy Star. And I'm really looking forward to 15. Bogey is in overdrive right
Right.
now.
He's going nuts.
He's going nuts.
So
We're doing it.
Oh,
for
I'm
fun.
sorry, Brian. If you were trying to call, we just shut down the number. We
they were
we
going
talked-
to wrap up for the night.
We're gonna wrap up for the night. We've been on for 2 hours. We didn't get a lot of viewers tonight. We're feeling.
No, we didn't. 50's good.
50's okay.
These are minimal. That's actually-
That's the worst we've ever done.
Right, for a stage.
And I'm hoping it's just because a lot of our Sunday viewers didn't jump over to us this week.
Right.
But as I was saying, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Blogger.
Destiny.
We go, how about that Destiny? Yeah, we're looking forward to Destiny. It's one of our most anticipated titles of next
Yeah.
year.
It's actually going to be a shooter that you get. I'm
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get
I'm
it. For
psyched.
sure.
I
For
can't
sure, I'm
believe
getting
that.
it. Especially, you have to have a PS4 though. I'm not gonna get it unless you have a PS4.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not playing that
But you
game by
actually have to
myself.
play with me at this
Yeah,
time.
I will. Yeah, if you have it, I will play with you.
So before we sign off though, before we go and do that, like I was saying, we're probably going to we're developing stuff. We're coming
Yeah.
up with ideas what we want to do, but I think we really need to go into more interaction with the viewer base. If you guys want to, we'll do like play dates for certain games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I want to do more like streaming of videos and everything like that. But we want to know what you guys want. I feel like Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs.
Yeah.
We need input just because we have ideas of what we want to do, and to make it not the worst show ever, we want to be able to know what we need to
Yeah.
add and what you
The thing
guys
is,
want more of.
I've been trying to get a lot of suggestions from everyone on Twitter. We don't have a lot of followers yet. Hopefully we get a few more. We have like 28 or so. But I really want to hear from you guys what you think we should do with the show. Like what kind of segments should we push into the show moving forward. And we've really, like Mike was saying, we really want to start integrating the YouTube channel into this and start just kind of doing mini videos and like 2 5-minute videos, maybe video reviews. And we're going to start putting up the show itself on YouTube.
Right, and I do have a couple ideas, and one I want to pitch off right here because we didn't get to go into it before. If you would be interested and you are okay with either showing off something that you're doing or showing yourself on our YouTube channel or anything like that, I know people out there like Ghost Games would be probably fine with this. I want to hear from you. Let us know that you'd be interested in contributing towards towards the show, because I have a few ideas.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I have an idea to make an intro video and everything like that. I already know what I want to do, but I need content to fill in there, and I just don't have enough people to do it. Besides, unless you just want to see our ugly mugs all the time, and maybe Mark occasionally and his beard, and Deb over here from Dexter. We really need some extra people joining in. So
I actually get Sandra Bullock a lot more.
I don't see the Sandra Bullock.
I don't
see
either.
it.
Totally see
I
Sandra
get it
Bullock
all
more.
the
I
time.
don't see that. I see Deb. We even did it.
I know.
Can you do it before we shut
Let's
off?
form another debate on here. Does she look
Right.
more like Sandra Bullock or
I
Deborah
don't
Morgan
wanna
from
know.
Dexter?
I don't
Right.
want to know.
Yeah, this probably wasn't a good idea.
No. So
not
anyway.
at all.
All right. But yeah,
But,
so let us know. We want your involvement. We want you guys. This is your show as much as it is ours. We want to have fun with it. We have fun every week. So let us know. But other than that,
Yeah.
I think we're good for the night.
Oh my
Yeah, thanks
God.
to everyone that did watch. Thanks to the 4 people that called in and shared some of their anticipated titles of this year. Sorry, I kept saying next year. I'm still stuck in 2013. So watch us next week. We will be on Saturday at 10, not Sunday at 9:30.
We are on Saturdays. from
Saturdays
right now.
at 10.
Unless we got a ton of hate mail saying
Yeah, we need a
what the fuck
theme
you guys
song.
done fucked up. I think we're staying Saturday every
If
week.
you want to add us on PSN, my PlayStation Network ID is DrewM1788, and Mike is Noob Guru. I think you can figure that out. NOOBGURU. Noob Guru.
I also
What
have
does
a
that
Xbox Live tag that they can get me on because I do have the smart glass app.
If you want to add Kristen,
So
she
all of
doesn't
our
really play
adding
games
info is
very
on our
often.
website, on our Twitch, on our Facebook.
I'm getting Sandra
Sandra Bullock. I win.
So great show,
Can everyone
great
do this?
viewers,
Wait.
great fans.
Sandra Bullock for sure.
Everyone
love
do
it.
this.
Wow.
That's totally Johnny Depp from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
I just did that. didn't
Which
I?
is you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
That was totally Johnny
Kinda
Depp.
weird.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, guys. We'll be on next week. Leave some comments on our Twitter
Please add us.
and whatnot, and let us know what you want us
Yes.
to do next week as far as topic as well. So, see you all. Thanks again.
Have a good night, guys. Have a good week.
Thanks, guys.
Woo!